Hello and welcome to Tyranny of Flagons. We are Appalachian Dragons, where me and a bunch of my backwoods bastards get together and we like to play Dungeons and Motherfucking Dragons.
Dungeons
and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
We
Dragons
are
Dungeons.
on session 12 tonight of our adventure, Unhallowed Ground. We are going to hit just a couple of quick announcements. Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be working on in a couple weeks?
Sure. Starting on the 18th of October, we're going to be taking a little trip down to 1930s Virginia in an alternate version of reality where spooky monsters wander around and sometimes creepy things lurk in the railroads and the mines. Don't want to be in the woods at night, but I think that's just modern day Appalachia too. Anyway, come hang out. It'll run for like 2 or 3 weeks. It should be a spooky good Halloween time.
Fantastic. I can't wait till we do the sequel, Helene's Folly, where you just don't want to be in Appalachia at all right now. And yeah. I also love that you guys that it's set in the 1930s, because while y'all are in 1930s Virginia, I'll be in 1930s Transylvania, Young Frankenstein. Oh, okay, sorry. Useless plug, because if you are watching this, chances are you're either not watching it live or B, you're not in the vicinity. But for what that's worth. Ben is going to be running a little bit of stuff after we finish up with Tyranny of Flagons. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Cyberpunk, my guy?
It's actually a pretty good segue because when we do that, we're going to be jumping into the 2030s. Haha. But yeah, we're going to be exploring the dark future of Night City in the year 2045 to 2047 in the time of the Red. We'll be doing our R. Telsorian's Cyberpunk Red, which will be pretty cool. Building up a lot of hype, couple playthroughs, playing back through Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, all that kind of stuff. Getting really excited.
Watching Edge Runners.
To back him up, we've played
Edge
like
Run,
5,
yeah.
6, 7 sessions of like with these characters, so they've got some history, they've got some chemistry. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, they're already pretty fleshed out. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, me and Devin have almost murdered each other at least twice. Like, you know.
Oh yeah, you
Also,
did.
I did not realize until I listened to it on the recap when I was trying to think of the saint for Davos to talk about, and I meant to say Nateo because I was thinking Notarok, and I'm like, I can't say that. Think of another N thing. I'm like Nateo, and then on the playback I'm like, I basically said Mateo. So subconscious slipping in there. With that, we're going to talk a little bit about what happened last week on Tyranny of Flagons. We had quite the time as our party recovered from their venture down into the Underdark. They were doing a little bit of purchasing and selling, getting some much-needed items to help fill out their kits and utility. They also had quite the experience on the Western Wyvern. Arcanox was with Tajin, the Platinum Dragonborn, who was training him in an ancient technique that the champion of the Platinum Dragon had passed down to the next champion and so on and so forth for generations. As there was no Ruby champion to do this for Arcanox, Tajin shared an ancient skill with him, eventually earning Arc the title of Ruby Soul, which is pretty fucking neat. I'm pretty excited to see that. We also had some prescience by Goldbrand trying to dive a little deeper into Hellgate Keep, as well as seeing some of the going-ons of the Well of Dragons, our first little glimpse into that. And probably the elephant in the room, the spooky time that Yorn had with the Book of Vile Darkness. After doing a little bit of reading on it, he seemed to have drawn in just enough for there to be a lingering effect. Yuan tried to seal away the book in a demiplane, but awoke to find it waiting beside him. And shortly thereafter, after failing a save, blacked out. The next morning, the ship was astir as the body of Kava, the dragonborn paladin of the dragon god of justice, was found dead, blood pouring from her nose and her ears and eyes in the storage container. Her partner Akira was absolutely racked with grief and inconsolable, using all of her spell slots to try to raise dead, revivify, heal, anything that she could do, but nothing would take effect. The ship was immediately searched. Arcanox had pretty much everybody check the place from top to bottom, inside and out. However, the abjurative magics that Penelope had put into place, as well as the vigilant watch that is maintained throughout the night, revealed that there was no one to exit or enter the ship that night. This led to some uncomfortable tension. Yuan to his credit, did seek to attempt to resurrect Kava by means of using Wish for a resurrection spell, and was rather startled to find that it did not work, that nothing was seeming to take root enough for this to come back. It's almost as if there was no soul to bring back. The party was a bit tense from that point. Goldbrand choosing to take a little flight with Yuan and discuss the severity of this, try to get some more information out of him, see if it was something that was intentional or not, which I think he successfully determined was not the case. And upon returning, found Tabitha awaiting them on the deck. A conversation with Tabitha and Yuan led to this coming out, and Tabitha being extremely frustrated, frightened, scared. It was a very emotional time, and I believe that after some discussion back and forth, she needed to take some time. The party continued on their voyage. The tension thickened the ship, the crew being interrogated by means both physical and magical, to no success, of course, until we finally arrived at Hellgate Keep. No, I'm sorry, Stone Stand, before that. Upon arriving at Stone Stand, the ancient stomping ground of the Blue Bear tribe, Goldbrand was reunited with a few familiar faces in the spectral form of spirits that do protect Stone Stand. He saw his mentor Lothar and was able to exchange some words with him, as well as receive a word of warning from a first claw from eons past, one who had claimed to be at Hellgate Keep when it was attacked, and said that Yuan reeked of its stench. He described the catastrophic magic that was used there by a rather tricksy Feyre, which created 3 points of magic, actually 4, but 3 that he could see, that literally took away the matter within it, collapsing stone, flesh, mountain into mere nothing in a matter of seconds. He was horrified by this and fled shortly thereafter, and heard that the Harpers had called in reinforcements in the form of a gold dragon that allowed them to retake the keep. The party then went to pay tribute to Hydia, the former chief of the Blue Bear tribe, and Goldbrand's wife. Gideon, as the adopted son in this family, wanted to pay her a respect, but they noticed that there was no presence of Hydia like there was of all of the other Uthgard. And upon closer inspection, Goldbrand found that there was instead an absence of her presence, a void, if you will, where shortly thereafter, the hilt of a dark sword that almost appeared as if to suffocate the light itself rose from this obsidian he had placed atop it, and Hydia's shadowy hand grab it and engage him in combat. After a brief back and forth, which was a little spooky because that critical did like 70-something damage. It hit hard.
Yeah, I got to triple its crits, right?
Yeah,
Goldbrand got
it's a little
gashed, as the kids say.
Wow, hip Goldbrand over here. The combat eventually was brought to a close when Goldbrand was able to use Bone Carver, the scythe, to cleave through the blade and seemingly destroy it, restoring Hydia's spirit and allowing her to once again walk the stones of Stone Stand. She relayed that she was thankful to Goldbrand for saving her, and that she wanted him to have a little bit of her to take with him. So she ran her finger along the blade of his axe, not cutting her, but just causing a bit of her spirit to break loose, and placed it in the center of the ram skull that adorns the axe, upgrading the axe to the anointed axe of Arvandil, as well as bestowing him with the bear constellation to add to his, not starkeeping, to add to his constellation abilities. Goldbrand then chose to try to awaken the great tree that was at Stone Stand, a sprig cut from the grandfather tree, and realizing that he had not the materials nor the time to really do this, was lent some energy from his fellow Starkeepers, Lothar and Gideon and Arvandil and several other Starkeepers from generations past, gave him the ability to bestow this tree and awaken it. allowing it to be another guardian of this sacred place. And upon his request to help hide it, the tree stretched all of its branches across the grove, covering the entire area to where, from the air at least, it was indistinguishable from the rest of the forest. The party said their farewells and loaded back up onto the ship, finally arriving at Hellgate Keep, which is where we're going to pick up tonight on Tyranny of Flagons! And we're back.
Hello.
As we return to the Westwind Wyvern as it approaches Hellgate Keep, I will once more drop in a little image to let you see what you're witnessing as you approach. A rather haunting mountainside with the appearance of two sunken eyes, as there are these two collapsed caverns, and where its maw would be, rests Hellgate Keep that seems to lead deeper into the mountain. With this, we're also going to have just a bit of, I know we are already on the map and you are technically positioned at the bottom. We're going to do just a little bit of stuff first. First and foremost, Davos, being the head holy man in charge, maybe not head holy man, but holy man, will say, I've been thinking a lot about Yuan's situation, and if he is cursed, I think that I might be able to help with that. And he cast Remove Curse on Yuan. As he does this, I asked Brandon to make a roll for it, because this is a very particular type of curse, with a very particular set of rules. And I allowed him to do this for 3 occurrences, as there were 3 days from the murder that he could have done this. I do not mind to share his rolls with you, as I think A, they are above us in chat, but more importantly, you would have seen them had he done them in session. His first 2 rolls were 10s, and with his modifier, that is only 17. 18, yeah. His third roll was a 16, which brings him to a total of 24. Unfortunately, none of the 3 were able to break the curse on Yuan. It is an exceptionally powerful artifact. Davos does have a bit of confidence that it can be done, but that it is incredibly difficult to do. He said that he will continue to try once a day until he can hopefully shake this loose from you. He will also say that, given the nature of the enemy they're about to face, a hero's feast would be most beneficial. And so, for breakfast on the dawn of your 6th day of travel, Davos takes out the scroll, places both hands upon it, and soon before you lies a lavish banquet table filled with every possible thing you could want. If anything should not be present, merely thinking of it will conjure it into existence. Devin, if you wouldn't mind, if you'll drop that spell in chat, I think one of you, or both of you, might have it prepared.
I don't have it prepared, but I'll
honestly
put it there.
Metagaming wise, I really wish I was Drix right now. I'd be eating some really gross shit.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
While we're pulling this up, what do you think you guys do eat on your last meal?
What level is Hero's Feast?
It's a 6th level. I will drop it in chat for you, as I found it.
Meat.
Meat, lots of meat. Yeah, there is bacon, there is
Roast-
sausage, there is
roast
steak,
mutton,
there is pork chops.
Legs of lamb.
There's even some fucking weirder meats. Like you see fucking like ogre steaks and like just very odd things that Might not be appetizing to all, but it's there if it's wanted.
I know you didn't specify it, but I keep imagining chili there.
Oh, he's technically on the other ship, but I think he's there with you in spirit. He knows somewhere there's a bitchin' meal being served, and he's like, Oh, I will say that there a lot of it, as you eat it, Ark, and you think on chili, begins to take on some of the flavors that chili would imbue with it, give it its own little kick. So very nice. Everyone is going to get a few perks from this. The first is that you're cured of all diseases and poisons, not curses. Sorry. You are also immune to poison and being frightened. Most of you are already immune to poison, the condition. However, this does give you immunity to the frightened condition. And given your experience with the previous Worm Speaker, dragons are potentially inevitable. And so having that is always nice to have before you fight a dragon. All of you will also make wisdom saving throws with advantage. Please, all of you, help me keep up with that as we proceed. And last but not least, your hit point die maximum, also increases by 2d10, which is going to be a 17. Relatively good. All of your maximum hit points are now increased by 17 points. If you want to put this on your tokens, this way it's a little easier to manage than on your character sheet. This will allow you.
If you fill them out correctly, it'll do a little icon. If you see, look at gold brands, like to show that they're 10 hit points.
Oh, interesting. Very cool. Love that. All of you will go ahead and do this. This way we can all see your health bars, and I can know how close I am to a TPK, so I can finally get that sweet, sweet trophy. I'm mostly kidding. I don't want y'all to all die, but at the same time, it would be nice to win for once. D&D is the only game I've played for 7 years and never won once. With that, just a couple of other quick things happen before you leave the ship. Arcanox, Tajin will pull you to the side and say that after 3 days of investigations, interrogations, and magically probing the crew, I am certain that none of them are responsible for Kappa's death. This leaves only 2 possibilities. That either the killer somehow managed to sneak past an incredible array of abjurant wards undetected and silently killed her, or that her murderer is closer than we feared. Take great caution. Whoever did this can be capable of terrible things and must be brought to justice.
I wholeheartedly agree with Eugene. You keep an eye on everything here while we're on.
Absolutely. It is dangerous to approach this directly, as the ship might reveal your presence sooner than you wish. We'll take it low by the ridge nearby, allow you to approach on foot, a little easier to conceal yourselves. As you guys approach, you do see a bit of the layout of the keep. I'm going to drop this in your chat. Also want to give credit to D and Demetrius. My files are too powerful. You son of a bitch. Story of my life. My files are powerful. Let me try to resize this and see if it'll do it then.
Might be quicker to just take a screen grab.
Screenshot? Yeah. Then I have to maximize it and do all sorts of shit. I just want to give you an idea of the layout of the keep, which I guess I can do. While you're doing this, I assume there's some type of protections you want to take as you approach. This is not an exact version of the map, but this is enough to give you an idea, at least of the terrain as you approach. Pretty much all of this is covered by that heavy outcropping of stone that forms the little hollowed eye sockets, so you could not just fly over and drop down. Makes it a little trickier.
See, it's kind of honeycombed.
How would we like to prepare ourselves as we approach?
So I'll cast Pass Without Trace when we get down there closer. Does anybody else have anything that they want to gear up with before we try to get in there?
You can go ahead and cast it now, and we'll say that you don't do it until you're actually within range to make it necessary, just for expediting the purposes.
Sure. How are we getting down there? Are we gonna drop halo jump, or do we want to hit the ground and hoof it?
You kind of have to hoof it. You can't really get in above it without bringing the ship underneath the mouth of that cavern.
Heard?
So he's essentially taking you to a ridge that you can't see the keep directly, but you know where it is and you're close enough to where you can get to it.
Sweet.
I will also say on this map, if you look to your far right, you might see a large cliff over here. Oh, what was it? Was it shift, right click, focus ping? That's it. This area over here is where that enormous triangular gulch is, this massive void where there used to be more keep and a chunk of the mountainside, but is now just open air and seems to go down for quite some ways.
Okay, so, to recap quickly, we were talking about the sarcophagus earlier. Look, I'm not sure that he is in there because traditionally liches, this mummies and vampires that go in coffins. The fact that it's chained up is freaky. But that's off to the side of the keep is why I bring it up now. I don't know what's going on there. There's also apparently was and or is a dragon down there that is going to die or has died. And Goldbrand's worried about that, but that sounds like it's down in the keep.
Correct. And I would say that there was enough imparted from Gregra that what you're approaching now and what you see is merely the entryway to the keep. Once you get in the main gate, then you begin to descend into the mountainside. So, the chamber you saw was subterranean, so it's deep in that belly.
So Goldbrand will say, I have a plan. So I have something I want to try is when we get in the keep to try to find the worm speaker quickly. Any thoughts on how we actually get in there without killing everything along the way? Goldbrand rubs his sore elbows.
Looks like there's doors, and that's it. I don't know. We can't hop over the walls. We could try to go around and find a separate entrance.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
And not just Yuan, but anyone can make a perception check if they so choose.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's fairly solid.
It's almost as good as I could do.
Yeah. Opposite end of the spectrum.
I see some fucking walls, I guess.
As you all approach, Pandora and Goldbrand, let me rephrase that. All of you see the walls are made from large stones, stand about 20 feet tall, and there's a gate made of thick wood beams and metal plates. The walls are guarded by several harper archers, each of whom is armed with a bow and stares rigidly from the wall. Occasionally, one walks the length of the wall before turning on its heel and walking back. Now, Goldbrand and Pandora are keen enough of sight to realize that these are not harpers, that this is an illusion, and as such, you see beyond the illusion. And what you see is real icky.
Ew.
Why don't you do the thing? There we go. I think if I hit C, you should see some artwork pop up. These creatures,
Grody.
I'll do a couple of them because they not each have separate art, but there's several variations of it. You see what appear to be goblins that have been reanimated in some way. They appear, they still have flesh, they're not skeletons. They seem a little more nimble than zombies, but each of these human guards, quote unquote, is actually a goblin.
Davos is rubbing his hands together at the thought of zombie goblins.
You also, with the 22, are going to see that on the far side of the wall, I'm so glad, Josh, you tagged me in that fucking tips and tricks thing for Roll20, because that is actually a huge help. Over here...
The picture is still up.
Are all of you still seeing the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you hit escape, does it disappear?
I clicked away. I clicked the screen and it went away.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
With 22, you do see on the far side there is a gap within the wall that looks like you might be able to enter it. Can you
ping that again, please? I'm so sorry.
Of course.
That is dark
We can go sneak in there.
Is it supposed to be
dark?
It
might be. It probably is based on your
line of sight,
dark vision capabilities. Yeah, because you can I'll tell you what, I'll drop a little light there.
Okay.
That should make it visible for everybody. You do see a crack in the wall. You are able to approach this one of two ways. You could try to go down the mountainside and approach from a different angle and climb up the mountainside. Or you could try to sneak along the edge here and see if you can approach it while sneaking past the guards. You are not physically where you are on the map. It's more of a representation of which direction.
I'm not concerned about sneaking whichever way we go, obviously.
Yeah, I know in the past.
I can make 2 people invisible to make us have advantage.
Davos can make another person invisible. If we can get 3 of us.
Pass without trace, which is a nice little boon to have.
Yeah, but what we've done in the past is we've made Ark and Goldbrand invisible to give them advantage on their stealth checks. So maybe we do Goldbrand, you on Ark this time. I think Davos' stealth is pretty good.
You're certainly welcome to. I don't think any of you have greater invisibilities, though. So while it may last up to an hour, I think.
Davos has talked about it. Let me check.
If you do anything, it will break that.
The regular invisibility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And greater invisibility will allow you to do things, but it only lasts for a minute.
Yeah, that's just one person.
Yeah.
I guess the other one is too. But, he can't duplicate like Yuan can. So Yuan, if you could get Goldbrand and Ark, and then Davos gets you or something.
Sure.
Gets you.
You're twin casting it,
and I'm just gonna enjoy my minimum 27 roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn the sorcery points to twin it.
Okay. You could also use it at a higher level, but entirely your call.
I got a +5.
I could do that, but with this one, I get 1 free charge a day, so I'm just gonna blow the free charge to save my spell slot.
I gotcha. Fantastic. So who all is invisible?
Goldbrand, Ark, and Yuan.
Goldbrand, Ark, and you. So Pandora and Davos are not. Which way are we choosing to approach? Are y'all going to try to sneak along the wall, or are you going to try to scale the mountainside?
What y'all think? Say which chest.
I mean, I can scale the wall pretty good, but my acrobatics and stuff are pretty good, so,
I will tell you, for mechanical purposes, you gather that sneaking along the wall will be a stealth check, of course, but climbing up the mountain is going to be an athletics or acrobatics, and failure will likely result in some noise being made. So it's a little bit of a, while you don't have to necessarily make the stealth check going up the wall, you might be overheard and put things on higher alert.
I think we should skirt the wall then. We've got plenty of stealth and invisibility.
Yeah. With that, everybody go ahead and roll me a stealth check with advantage if you have it, and add 10 thanks to Goldbrand's Pass Without Trace. Woo! Thank God for that.
Yeah, Davos letting us down. Let me see here. Let me get Goldbrand's going here. Oh. Goldbrand's too old for this shit. Goldbrand's crunchy. The sound of my bones clacking is...
17 isn't the worst.
Barbara over here. Oh, I've got a 40. I guess that'll do.
Just gonna assume there.
So it does look like the lowest is a 20. Yuan and Davos both tied for that. Oh no, excuse me. Goldbrand is at 17. Thankfully, you skirted the wall. If they had been on high alert, that would have failed. But that's very close to a failure. You guys make your way along the wall.
Goldbrand won't stop cussing. It almost gives them away.
Gotta get you some icy hot for those joints, buddy.
Yeah, thought about it.
I like some WD-40.
Yeah.
Insert Hank Hill pulling out WD-40 meme. I'm going to drop you guys over here.
I'll tell you.
You all managed to make your way through the narrow gap. Well, a little tougher for Goldbrand and Ark, I imagine, but nothing too challenging. And you all come to see an area where you see a small encampment that is sort of crawling with these goblins. You see several that are on high alert. You see some that are fletching arrows, and everyone's thank you for that gift. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Pulling out the smaller WD-40 gets me every time. Think of it nearly daily at work. As you guys pull up, you see that you're sort of in a little alcove. You know from your aerial perspective that there's another gate up ahead, and you have a couple of options as to how you get there. What is our path, my friends?
So we can try to sneak past again. Looks kind of difficult. We could also try to kill them all before they're aware of us. Davos has sleep. Goldbrand has hold person. Yuan may have some CC, and we might could all contribute to try to lock everybody down and then kill them.
I also have hold person.
Yeah, see, sick. So especially if you can upcast that. Those are the only two options I have. Feel free to.
I mean, I've got darkness, but that's pretty much all I got.
I'm open to other suggestions. There's 1, 2, 3.
I mean, that we can see.
Oh,
I don't.
4, 5. That we can reach too.
Here's the thing. Even if we all got a surprise round, we're not going to get all of them. It's still going to be a fight in the middle. My vote probably is try our best to sneak first, and if we alert somebody, then we just make a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, no stealth roll.
Let
I
me
want to
see.
move you guys with that first roll. I will allow you to get up to here. Have a better idea of what you're dealing with.
So before we move, can Goldbrand attempt something?
Certainly.
Goldbrand wants to try to cast Locate Object.
You lose your invisibility, but go ahead.
Worth. Worth to see, to find out. Let's see here.
What are you trying to locate?
The White Worm Speaker Mask. Because we think he's here. Goldbrand's going to try for the mask.
Spell can't locate an object if it's through any thickness of lead, a thin sheet. Okay, so it doesn't say stone or anything.
Yeah, it's just lead.
And
the way I understand this is like a 1,000-foot radius. So like on a 10-foot map, it would be 100 squares or whatever, and it theoretically would go in a straight line. So he's like pinging essentially. Can he find it here? If not, he's going to go deeper.
No, yeah. You know that it is deep within the mountain. It is coming from underneath you. The direction leaning more toward the entrance, but not directly. It's kind of hard to say because you just know a direction, not sort of the distance in that direction. You know, it's within essentially, if you were to put your arm straight out and drop it by I'd say about 30 degrees-ish. You know, it's about somewhere in that direction within 1,000 feet beneath the keep.
Yuans, are you able to move enough earth to drill us through the floor?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think if you do once you do the third one, the part behind you would refill, collapsing essentially.
I'd have to take there's a higher level spell you could use for it, but I don't have that.
Which one is it? Because I'm
Love the thought.
It's
You have stone shape, but I don't think it can do 1,000 feet.
I have transmute rock. Well, Goldbrand doesn't know that it's exactly 1,000 feet. He just knows it's beneath him, right? Or is it?
Well, you know it's up to 1,000 feet away. You don't know the distance, but you don't gather that it's going to be 10 feet beneath the surface.
No, but 30 or so. Like, it's gotta be made. Yeah.
The spell I was thinking of is move earth, but it also takes time to do. But you can terraform like 40 feet of earth at any given moment, so you could do a lot. It's just that you have to concentrate, and it takes time.
My only other thought, and I can't find the spell, is to summon an earth elemental and see if it can barrier us through. But then we're like summoning elementals and enemy keeps, and that's kind of scary. So maybe we table that.
And I guess the other question mark would be like just sit it down through the floor and hope that it finds something without being able to communicate.
Well, my hope is that it could drill us through, that it had an ability that let it
more or less. If one has Earth Glide, it does have a burrow speed, but it's not going to burrow silently.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's what I was going back to summoning elementals in the middle of keep.
Most of this casting, and there's even a verbal component to locate object, but I'm being generous.
Go back and whisper loudly, like I'm cutting it out.
It says
Motherfucker sounds like Wally.
It can be overheard.
Wow.
Do I need to reset this?
Sorry, you sound like Wally there for a minute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is that better, or is it still choppy?
No, you're good now.
Okay. Where was I? You still have the spell up for up to 10 minutes, so you have sort of a moving ping on it. Oh fuck! What were we talking about?
We just know it's
Oh,
been.
you could choose to try to burrow, but it's not going to be a quiet process. Even if you whisper, like I think rules is written, when you use a verbal component, the enemies have a chance to overhear it, and there is one very close to you. For what that's worth.
We'll
I'm not
communicate
gonna
to the group
make
that
it
we need
roll
to
right now.
move down. But other than that, sounds like we're gonna try to sneak through.
Yeah,
Unless
I
anyone
think
has
that's the
a better
best play
idea.
at this point. I think we try to move, knowing that we have to go down. I think we try to get quietly through the space best we can.
You don't have advantage.
The second one was Davos.
Oh, I see.
Motherfucker. I know I ain't
Motherfucker.
got no advantage.
Yeah. All right, yeah. If you choose to proceed to try to sneak through the camp, everyone else can roll a stealth check with advantage if you are invisible. Pretty solid so far. 22, our lowest. Fantastic. Yeah, everyone moves very stealthily. You guys make your way through this major area here. Why can't I? Oh, I'm in the GM way. As you do, which route do you choose to take? You see a few ways. You see the main gate here. You see that there is a way up the wall on either side of the keep.
Staircase. But we need to go down. So if we need to find a way down, maybe we go through the gate and try to find a way down.
That's what I'm thinking. And hugging the wall
Yeah,
closest to us probably makes the least noise, theoretically. Like it's closer, we don't have to cross the open field.
Yeah,
You gather that this keep is built into the mountain. There's going to be a way for normal people to access it. You know.
Sounds like none is
At least
opposed.
that was. Okay.
We'll go to the gate.
Which route are you taking? Okay. As you approach the gate, you see a large yurt to your left, much bigger than all of the other tents that have been placed for the goblins. And stepping out of it is a towering figure, approaching probably 17, 18 feet, with pale blue skin and a horned helm. And you see what looks very similar to Storvold. It's not Storvold, but the reanimated version of him that you fought at the Battle of Nightstone, except different. This is not the exact same entity, but it seems to almost have been inspired by that. It steps out, it sniffs the air, and its eyes shift about, and it's almost as if it can smell the presence of living flesh. It doesn't have an exact idea of where you are. He begins to wander the encampment, grazing by you guys at a mere 5 or 6 feet at a time, and just begins to take a closer look around. How do y'all choose to proceed?
We don't really have a faster way other than sneaking. Can't take us all
Yeah.
through any sort of door or anything, dimension door or anything.
You proceed to the gates. If you get there, the gate is closed. How do you choose to proceed?
I guess you don't have anything like knock, you want? That may be a wizard only thing.
I don't.
I
Again,
mean,
these
I can
things
try
with
and
noise.
lock pick, but I don't know if it's an arcane lock or not.
There's not a lock on the gate. This is a
Big gate.
not palace. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god, like a steel, like you would see on a drawbridge, for example, a metal grate. Oh my god, the word is escaping me. But portcullis, I think is the right word.
So we can see through it?
Let me double check on this particular one. Yes, portcullis is the word I was thinking. Yes, this is a large iron portcullis with thick bars that seems to be unmanned. Through it, you do see a little bit. You see what seems to be the start of a courtyard before there's a hill of sorts. But the texture of the hill is odd. And the dim glow of the moonlight, it looks like white grass.
I guess you could theoretically shadow step through there and try to raise the portcullis, but not like all the way, like a fucking foot or and a half for to
Yeah.
crawl under. But that's still difficult to do quietly.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question. If I could see through it, I can get through it. I would be curious if I could open it, but if I do, it's probably still going to alert most of you here.
Yeah, I would say that roll a perception check for me. Anybody who wants to.
We could also theoretically go up the stairs and jump off the wall.
From the top rope.
Ooh, 30. That's pretty stout. With a 30, you do see that there are two wheels. You see, like there's the main entryway, and in this like sort of tunnel, there's a door on either side, and there's like a window that would have been a guard could be positioned at to view while still in the safety of these little towers here to the left and right. And you do see within them two wheels that are used to spin to raise the gate. Chain link doesn't seem to be something that could be done quietly, and you would need two people to operate it. One in each guardhouse.
The guardhouses only have doors on this side of the portcullis.
No, it's beyond the portcullis. There's the door in front of you, and then the channel, like the tunnel that the portcullis makes, and then there's doors on either side that are, where you could be in the guardhouse and be within the portcullis, as that would be.
I see. There's no doors on our side, only doors on the other side.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Maybe we try to go back up to the ramparts here, I believe they're called. Then we go around the top and jump off.
I don't think it's a bad idea. It might be the best idea we have.
There's not many more quiet options. Unless we found a way to move, not interdimensionally, but similar.
Sounds like you guys are wanting to go up to the walls. Is that correct?
Unless anybody
think
has
so.
any better ideas.
Okay.
Trying to
The
Sounds
walls
good
are
to
about
me.
20 feet high. You can choose to go up the stairs if you have another means of getting up there. You may try that as well.
I mean, I can get up there and scope it out if you want. It's depending on your ruling of whether or not Shadow Step is an action.
You're also in an area that doesn't necessarily quantify as dim light. While we are at nighttime, there's many braziers with this purple glow that seem to be illuminating the area, making it a little easier for their guards to keep watch. So unfortunately, dim light doesn't apply throughout the entire place. There's even a few campfires that are lit with that same ethereal purple glow.
Okay.
I think we take the stairs. Ark could technically fly up there, maybe, but Goldbrand can't do that without making a whole lot of ruckus.
It would also not be a wise idea to separate too far from you, because then he would lose trace. All right, to get to the stairs either way, you're going to need to make a new stealth check. Everybody roll one with advantage if you have. And choose left or right, just so I know which one you're going on.
Are they
Okay,
equidistant?
They are, but it will determine where you come down.
Ooh.
We all think
Whoever
we're-
I'm getting my invisibility from, I'm going with them.
Maybe we
Your
go
invisibility will follow you, but Goldbrand's
past the
passed without a trade, so you have to be within a range. Thankfully,
Oh, no.
everyone rolled pretty decent. We got a little closer, those two failures. The 26 is enough to pass, so you guys are safe from that perspective. You said the one on the left, Devin?
I think so. This one?
As you walk through right about here, Goldbrand, you feel as your spell becomes suppressed. The magic keeping you concealed flickers out, and those of you who are invisible flicker into existence. I'm now going to be taking your regular roll without the effect of either of those, and Goldbrand on a nat 1, that's 2 failures. You won. You were invisible, but your first one was a 17, so you still pass. Just you meet actually. Pandora passes. Davos has 2 passes, and Archinox for the 22 first. Goldbrand, as you're making your way across this, you feel the magic flicker out, and almost unintentionally, you just go, "Oh no!" And you see that this Goldbrand closest to you turns its head, just as Davos puts his hand over your mouth and pulls you around this the ledge of this stairway over here. As he does so, you feel your magic flicker back on. It seems there's an area here where the magic is nullified in a way. It doesn't cancel your spells, but it's suppressed while you're in that area. And you gather, based on what you know from Braygruff, that this could happen at many points in the keep. You're also reminded of what he mentioned of magic can behave erratically in places. You guys do pass. Thankfully, with Davos's 20, and with Yuan just barely making that threshold, y'all are good. You all make your way up to the stairs very quickly, very consciously, moving forward. And there's even that moment where, as you're crossing that anti-magic area, you feel that your magical items stop working. Your equipment goes dull instead of its normal illustrious glow. The anti-magic nullifies everything. If you have a +3 sword, it becomes a regular sword with no special abilities.
I don't like that. I'm full of magic items.
Good. So, with that in mind, now that you realize that perhaps you can't see, so to speak, I'm sorry, the rock gif of a sniffing is too perfect. You guys make your way up, and you do find that there is a short jump, nothing that you all would have to worry about, to get to this area here, and you're able to make your way down the stairs within the tower to emerge into this courtyard. What you see now, what you originally thought was a hill with white grass, is actually a field of bones from various types of creatures. You see humanoid bones, you see the bones of animals and beasts, as well as some from creatures you don't quite recognize. It is a menagerie of a hellish landscape. Within this area, why don't we go ahead and get a fresh perception check? I'll say we're going to limit it to 2 people this time.
Not me. Trust me.
I got a
you don't want
+6.
Oh, but I got an 11. I think Pandora might have a little more. Right at.
Oh, I didn't mean
that. Get them ones out of the way.
Oh, I have 12. Oh, Davos is a 12.
Mine's +12.
Yeah,
And I
did
can't
Archinox,
more than a 10.
Archinox is confident the coast is clear. Davos, however, notices a few things. First, there is this huge mound of bones, of course. To the west, there's a small wooden building with smoke drifting from the chimney and torchlight flickering through the wooden frame. Goldbrand very carefully comes up and peers around the side of it and sees 3 mages who seem to be gathered around a table playing dice. With a 30, yeah, 30's pretty solid. He hears that they're in the midst of gambling, and as he's watching them, female figure seems to win the hand, and instead of playing with coins, they seem to be playing with scrolls, and she pulls 3 scrolls toward herself. The other 2 moan and groan at their loss, and one of them tell her it's her lucky day. You should go see what Malek's got hidden away up there. She goes, I'm not going anywhere near that sarcophagus. You're crazy if you think I'm going to get anywhere near his bad side. The other one goes, yeah, besides, the noise it makes gives me a headache. It just drives me nuts. Gets a little bit of a glimpse into this and relays this all to you. With a 30, he also is going to notice that in this mound of bone, there seem to be segments of it that are mounded in an unnatural way, almost as if something is concealing itself within the bones. Also, as we're in this new area, new self checks.
Checks.
16 is a failure. That 20 is really helping y'all pull away from anything of danger. Love it.
Aha!
Don't worry, the DC only goes up as you guys pull in.
I'm gonna roll
I
shit
think
for
that-
combat.
Goldbrand is
Same
the
thing.
only one with a failure in this particular one. Yeah, roll 5 20s on stealth checks. 5 natural ones coming at you later. You make your way through, and I would say with with Davos's 30, he'll also point out a couple other things. He points out that there are 2 ballista that seem to be on rough wooden walkways. Seems like these were at one time used to protect the keep. They're unmanned now. He says could blast down the gate. We could try to scale the wall, but I don't think going through the bone's a good idea. How do y'all choose to proceed?
I don't think we blasted the gate.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the mages. Part of me wonders if me and Ark can't work together to maybe like hold person and then kill them quietly. At the same time, if we don't have to fuck with them, I don't want to. But I'm worried about that. If they find out we're here, then they start. Yeah, God knows what they can do if they're all necromancers. They feel the bones.
My fingers get itchy.
Well, there's even the thought that while they might themselves be formidable, and that while they can conjure things that are also formidable, the stir of combat would likely alert other things to your presence,
Indeed.
which would not be great.
It would not. But the thing about hold person is it'll incapacitate them. So Goldbrand's thought is like paralyze them, go in there, cut them up, and then reevaluate. But if that doesn't work, we get in a fight and it's not good.
No, yeah, I was about to say, if you're confident you can get 3 of them to fail their saves, it's not impossible.
What's your spell save, Ark?
+4. No, my spell save.
Mm-hmm.
That's my modifier. Pull up the spell sheet.
Sounds like
Spell
also-
save's 19.
I also say that implies that you can kill them in 1 round.
That doesn't end when you hit them. They will be incapacitated, meaning they can't speak, they can't holler, they can't move, and when you hit them, it's a crit, and we could butcher them
Yeah.
literally.
If
Okay.
you pass all 3 of them.
If you
If
pass,
you fail on 1 or more, you would have less than a round, assuming that they don't roll better than you to begin with, which would be difficult to do with y'all in particular. But
I can burn a bigger spell slot and try to get all 3 of them. My spell save is 22.
I will say
Um,
that at the end of each of their turns, they get to remake that wisdom save of hold person. It doesn't
okay.
end when it hits them, but it's not just a lockdown.
But if we think about it, there's 3 of them. If me, Ark, and Davos, I'll take one, and then Pandora and Yuan double up on another one. Like we're at least killing 2 of them before shit goes down. The other option will scale.
Davos will
It's up to
probably
y'all.
speak up, like, I wouldn't want to, fuck with them if we can avoid it. They seem pretty tied up in their card game. It doesn't seem like they take their job very seriously. I think we just go try to sneak by them. But I mean, hey, I defer to you, big guy.
No, I said earlier if we didn't have to tangle with them, I didn't want to. You said up the wall. Do we still have a rope of climbing?
Unless you sold it, which I don't think you did.
We think y'all want to try to get up to the next. We've still not seen any stairs down.
Stairs down? No, sir. No. It's a keep. It's not meant to be accessible from the outside.
For sure.
Yeah, I reckon we try to go up and around best we
Okay.
can.
Let's do it. We'll use the rope of climbing to try to help us scale the wall.
Where at?
We can't really see the wall. We can see the field of bones, but I can't see anything beyond
I'm sorry.
here.
Oh, yes, the ridges of the bones do make that a little difficult. For the sake of this, I will clear that out. Allow me to do that. Sorry. I will go. Oop.
Also, can't see in this guardhouse if that was intended. Is this where the mages are?
Yeah, there's technically a window to glimpse into it, but I was only going to give you all that if you had a certain role. So for the sake of that, I will clear that just so you can have a little bit of access to there. So as these.
These are the ballista. If anybody was wondering, that's a ballista, I think.
Yeah, one over here and one over there.
I didn't catch the second one. Sorry, I'm trying to look. So this is the gate we'd have to go through next. Where do we want to scale the wall? That's an interesting thought.
You
What is
would
this
also
little?
see.
Is this a gangplank? Is that or a rampart?
Yeah, if you see this rampart over here coming from the south tower, proceeds along the wall to that ballista. The walkway ends at each ballista. I'll move you over here a little bit.
Okay.
Where
I say this ballista was dark. That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
This goes down?
I think
Question
there's
mark?
still a doorway.
I guess
That is on top of the tower and goes within the tower. It's not an outwardly accessible.
10. Is it 10 foot squares? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
5 foot squares.
5 squares. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 feet from here to here.
If you mark something, I did not see it.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm mostly trying to talk to them, trying to communicate to them. I don't see a place where we can get to the wall on the other side without touching bone, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Thoughts, y'all?
Yeah, he recommended not going through the bones, but I mean, it doesn't look like either one of these pathways actually terminate at a helpful location that I can tell. They might get us more insight into what's ahead, but I don't know what getting up there is going to do for us. It looks like it just sort of dead ends into nothing unless we have a way to get across that gap.
Yeah, we could try to go to the door and climb up straight in front of the door. I feel like walking through here is a bad idea.
I don't disagree. If we get up top,
Well,
could
I
we
think
try
we're just trying to
to-
hop the wall again. Like, we have to keep hopping walls till we find a way down, theoretically.
yeah, I'm just worried about this gap, like this right here.
On the left. Yeah, it's...
What we doing there?
I don't know if we can.
My thought would be Pandora's not invisible. Maybe we could tie a
Maybe
rope
it's
off
Gold
at the
Brand.
ballista station and try to like climb across. I don't know how quietly you could shoot an arrow.
I don't think the rope can go straight. Does it attach to a point you can see? I guess it does theoretically snap. Taunt. We could do the thing where you crawl.
Technically-
Make a
I
lasso,
think
try to launch it.
Well, I have to pull it up. I think it just goes straight up if I'm not mistaken. However, I will. I'm flexible on that, but I do want to see what the item itself says.
Use it like
Rope
a,
of climbing.
like a canyon
You
climb
hold
thing.
one end of the rope and speak the. Understood. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates. You can command one end to move toward a destination you choose, so it does not have to be straight up. And moves 10 feet on the turn when you first command it, and then 10 feet until it reaches its destination, or until you tell it to stop. You can tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object or unfasten itself, or to knot itself or unknot itself, or to coil itself for carrying.
Special Forces style. Sloth crawl. Cross it.
I mean, it's the only idea I have if we're trying to continue shimmying across the tops of these walls and go around stuff.
Same.
Worst case scenario, we fall on top of a pile of bones, get impaled by some ribs, and then what happens after that?
Or we
who
start
knows?
fucking shit up. Yeah, we get loud, as they say. Go loud.
Yeah.
Orc's like, can we please do that?
Yeah,
y'all-
I'm willing to sneak until we can, bro.
I think that's probably our best option. Let's try to Special Forces the rope. And
All right.
climb across.
Okay, so where are you going to put your end, and then what destination are you anchoring it to?
So I'm thinking from here to here. I guess the other one is shorter, maybe. 5, 10, 15, 20. This one's like 5 feet shorter, maybe. So the ballista on the right to this little place over here.
It's also further away from the necromancers, which Davos recommends might be the better call.
Yeah.
You guys make your way to this tower here. Rise up in it. Oh, come on. Oh, it's the walls. I forgot that they prevent you from moving tokens across them. I thought my computer was being dumb earlier. You guys make your way to the ramparts. You do get an idea of how deep this gorge is beside you. I mean, we're talking quite possibly at its apex, like 70 to 100 feet into the mountainside. It is enormous. And then that same distance on each side. It's a perfect pyramid that was carved away from this. You guys approach and you say the command word. The rope knots itself and makes its way a nice little bridge across. as you guys are carrying yourself across it, the rope does give you advantage, but I need you all to make an athletics check as you try to support your body weight and crawl over.
Okay.
Solid. 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 There it is.
Yay.
Sorry. Forgot I was
Davos?
Davos.
This is not a group check. Did you roll with advantage? You? Is that what that is? Or is that a...
Yeah, you said I had advantage, so I had
There's the
advantage.
rope.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. With the rope. Yes. Fantastic. The 5 is going to save you some heartache. As you feel yourself drop into the bone, you do make a bit of a clatter. You're far enough away to where the mages don't quite hear you. However, you begin to see a shift in the bone pile as 2 forms begin to rise up. The first seems to be a large... One second. There we go. The first seems to be a rather large scorpion-like entity, which makes no sense as scorpions have exoskeletons, not actual skeletons. The fact that this thing is made out of bone is most unnatural in a way that is eerily reminiscent of the vein weaver spiders.
That
You also
anatomically correct Halloween scorpion.
Yeah, exactly. You also see what I can only describe as an enormous skull dome with hundreds of spines. And I don't mean like spines as in barbed, but literal spines of different creatures hanging beneath it with an ethereal purple glow rise up. These 2 seem to have been alerted to your presence. Because of the order of this, I'm going to say that Davos was here about to make his way up. The rest of you had made it successfully up. And so this is about where your positions are. A little further over for Pandora. But this is about where your positions are when this happens. I'm going to roll initiative, and we're going to see how this resolves itself. If you roll high enough, there's a chance that you might be able to get out of there before they really realize you're there. But with that in mind, hold off on your initiatives for just a second. And now roll your initiative.
Do we all roll?
Yes, everybody roll.
Okay.
Might not all have to do combat, but we'll see. We'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Wow, there's my nat 1.
Love to see it. You unrolled decent. Let me see what they get to add to this. The Skellyfish gets to add 4. I'll roll it here so everything's all honest. Oh, a natural 20. The Sculpion gets to add 2.
Shut the fuck
Let me
up.
throw those on there. The Sculpion and Skellyfish. I thought you'd appreciate those, Devin.
Skellyfish is good, but
You know,
Scorpion
Devin
makes
doesn't
me want to
appreciate
die.
puns.
Sculpion's pretty bad, yeah. Show your wife the spoopy art and the jigger, so she can appreciate my bad puns. Fantastic. We are going to... Oh, it didn't do the thing. I'm sorry. Goldburn has a 9. What does Davos have?
23.
23. What does Pandora have?
15.
Arcanauts?
Oh, let me go back up to it. 7.
Yvonne? All right, and I'll drop the turn tracker in initiative. Sculpion is first. Thankfully, this does not seem to be an entity that really relies on noise that much. It is going to... How far can it reach with that? 15 feet. It does not seem very fast either. It begins to glide over in your direction, but has not quite reached you. We go to Davos. Devin, what does Davos do in this situation? Oh, sorry, Davos is still down here. I was accepting your rolls as the order, like the order of your rolls as the order you were going in. So he was beneath you in the climbing fiasco. So he was behind him when this fell through. He's
How
gonna
far
be down
is
here
he
by
from
the
you
list.
on?
He is up on the platform. That's about 15, 20 feet off the ground, and then about 5-ish feet away. Probably 15-ish feet, give or take.
Davos is gonna trust Yuan. Oh, Davos knows Yuan can shadow step. Davos is going to trust Yuan, and he's going to try to make his way across the rope.
Okay. Go ahead and make a new athletics check for me. With advantage. Okay. 16 is sufficient. It's not terribly difficult to climb a rope. Davos does make his way up here. That uses his action. He has a bonus action if you so wish to use it.
He's gonna give you. Oh, man, I don't know that I'll waste this yet. I think he's gonna give you on Bardic Inspiration, just in case you need it to get out of that.
Very nice. That's a very good call. Yuan, as these entities begin to move towards you, what do you do?
Well, via me, I'm gonna summon the Spirit of the Wind, and then I'm gonna wave as I float out of the skeleton pit up to the rampart with my friends.
As you conjure up the whirlwind around you, the bones at your feet shift and stir, creating quite a bit of noise. This is enough to where you hear a bit of noise from within the necromancer's hut. You gather that they're alerted that something is sort of going on. You fly away up here, and I will say, because you are all out of immediate reach of these entities, you have a brief window to try to conceal yourselves from what you feel is the necromancers imminently busting out of their cottage. What do you choose to do?
Well, get flat. Flop.
And lay down on your stomach.
Get downs. You do a sprawl.
You just duck down?
Well,
can I snuff out the campfire that's beside us, or try to anyway?
That
One more
might
time,
be
Josh?
sus.
It might not be a good idea. I don't know.
I think if we all
I didn't hear what you said, but
Yeah,
You wanna
maybe
go-
we just all hug the wall, or try to go like not down the stairs, but into the stairwell.
Yeah, that was my other thought. Theoretically, because of the crenellations, if we went belly down, we wouldn't be visible. Depending on how that actually, I can't imagine it's just flat on top. You could try to put out the fire. I like the stairway too. Any of those?
what's your call?
Yeah, my thought's to try and just like pop just enough into the staircase, not going down, to conceal
Yeah.
ourselves behind the wall, so there's no visibility to us.
I heard a yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down
as
for
long as
that.
we're not actively visible.
You all pop into the staircase. Make a new stealth check for me.
I've already burned my net 20 for the night, so here we go.
Yeah,
There it is.
that's still a 20. And there's a crit. Still need one for Arcanox, and then I think...
Hold on. Here we go. $11.
As you all tuck into the staircase to lower yourselves down and try to become less visible, you hear the casting of a spell as one of the necromancers rises up using the fly spell. They say, "There's a rope on the far side. I'm going to check it out." One of them says, the scorpion has been, the creatures have been stirred. We should be careful we should be on the lookout. He begins checking the lower area, while the third necromancer begins to make her way up the path. The rope that you have used to
Left.
cross over is still visible,
Yeah.
and as that, there's a strong indicator of which direction you are. The scorpion, not capable of climbing the wall, clambers to this, but the skellyfish can hover, and as such, it has to use its action, but it will rise up to the top of the tower, has to dash to get up that far, and you gather that it is searching for you. I'm going to have it roll a perception check. It's not a terribly perceptive creature. However, it rolled a 20 already. Might as well roll a 19!
Jesus.
Ooh! Thankfully, with your... It only gets a +2. Technically, would only see one of you. But because stealth checks are group checks, you feel this entity loom over you, its tentacles blossoming out, and you see that these are in fact spines. And you just think of the nervous systems that run through this thing and how incredibly sensitive it must be. And as it reaches out, Goldbrand grabs you by the scruff of your neck and almost like thrusts you to the bottom of the staircase, just trying to get you out of its immediate reach. It seems to be grasping, trying to find you. You do just very barely make it through. You have somebody who is hot on your trail. You all have a moment to try to conceal yourselves. What do you do?
Fuck y'all. I think we're made. I think we pop out and fucking... We take all the advantage we can get. Like... Sorry, my brain's been churning on that. We can try to run and hide, but now they know somebody's here, and the jig is up. They finally found me.
Yeah. Renegade. That's twice you've referenced that in a few days.
Great song. We can try to pull the rope and get the fuck away, but...
Dabo says, well, wait. They have to, if we go in the tower, they have to come through this one entryway. We could try to hold up here, maybe try to hold person them as they come through. You know, the jig might be up, but doesn't mean we have to alert everyone to our location.
Good point.
Also, somebody two people roll a perception check.
I've got really good perception.
So does Davos. Do it, Pandora.
Me and Davos, let's go.
How far out can I see from the staircase? Can I still see like the sort of open night air?
You can see up into the night. Yeah, I imagine you have a very narrow window of that, like maybe a few feet wide. And you can see, you know, vertically probably quite a bit, but horizontally not very much. With a 29, Davos checks the lower area, and it seems to be clear. There doesn't seem to be anybody occupying the tower. He, 29, I don't know if he would notice it from inside the tower. Let me see.
My only misgivings about that is if we go down in there... Go ahead.
He will say, it looks like this staircase just goes all the way down to a door at the base. There's no one else in this structure. Now, beyond that door, no clue. Looks like it leads into the courtyard beyond.
If we go down in there, they're free to go alert other people in the castle, and or go open that gate and flank us from the side. But it does sound like we need to...
You've got about a 6-second opportunity to decide something.
It's up to y'all. We can go down there, or we can turn on them.
I don't know. Maybe we should nuke them from orbit. We have a good choke point.
Before we do that, if I have any kind of line of sight outside, they're already alerted, right? They're looking for us. Is anybody opposed to me doing minor illusion to make it sound like somebody fell off the side of the wall here?
That's a pretty good idea.
I mean,
I like that. We want to do that and then retreat further in.
That's actually
Josh,
a really good idea, yeah.
Make a deception check. You're using minor illusion? Drop it in chat for me.
Yeah.
I might let you make this with advantage, but you're using it against a spellcaster, so I'm a little hesitant.
And actually, the spell itself says that if somebody's trying to see through it, they just have to make an intelligence save against my spell save DC.
Yeah.
If that matters
That's
to you.
if they're trying.
I think, what does it sound like as you create this illusion? What is the effect?
That's exactly what I was thinking in my mind. Is I was thinking like a screen that just is like far off the side of the wall and gets quieter as it dissipates to nothingness for the duration of the spell.
Yeah. What's the range on this? 30 feet? Yeah, you're not so deep in the stairwell that you couldn't see it. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. I will allow that. I will have the necromancer make a intelligence check. It's an intelligence check, correct? Not a saving throw.
Let me check. Creature uses action to examine the sound. Creature can determine that it's a successful intelligence investigation check.
Investigation. They are not proficient in the investigation skill, but they are necromancers. They are typically, traditionally, intelligence-based casters. I'm going to roll this in chat. What's your spell save DC?
22.
Oh, because you got that item. Nice. She's a +3, so she needs a 19 or a 20 to pass this.
Oh, man.
As you create this effect, the necromancer rises to the top of the stairs, and her eyes narrow, and her head whips around and sees all of you cowering in the area, and you have been made. This is going to be her turn. You watch as she spreads out her hands. Let me make sure she can do this while flying, because flying is concentration. Yes, this is not concentration, so we're good. You watch as she broadens her hands, and the entire tower begins to glow with this ethereal black-purple light. And as this happens, you feel this negative energy strike through this place. I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Bamboozled.
Failure. Pass.
Do we get advantage on these for Heroes Feast? Or is that different ones?
It's a wisdom saving throw that you get advantage on Heroes. I see 2 failures. Can I get a Devos?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at Heroes Feast.
It's okay, Frank.
Is this concentration?
Davos passes narrowly, but he does. As this negative energy strikes throughout, this is quite a chunk of damage. I'm gonna roll this in chat.
Yeah, I love taking chunks of damage. My favorite.
I need those of you who failed to take 22 points of necrotic damage, and those who passed or those who failed to take half of that, 11. Excuse me, I had that backwards. Those who failed take 22. Those who passed take 11. The only people who failed are Pandora and Goldbrand, as she casts a very powerful spell, a Circle of Death. You even see as this energy strikes you, it seems to draw some energy to her. You gather that had she been injured, this would have healed her. Fantastic. Unfortunately, right on her heels is the Sculpion and 2 Necromancers.
Yikes.
The Sculpion is going to try to clamber its way up a little higher. It's not really designed for this, but I'm going to say it's going to get in this corner. It's not on top of the tower, but you hear it sort of approaching quickly. Upon hearing their comrade begin combat, the 2 Necromancers, this one's going to dash. This one will... this one goes to her ally and casts Dimension Door and brings them both to the top of the tower.
That's rude.
Goldbrand smiles.
I'm going to say y'all are in a very peculiar position for this. I'm going to sort of position you on the staircase. This, of course, isn't exact positions, but pretty close. The 3 Necromancers are closing in around you. I believe it's just, it's an action. Yeah, it's an action for Dimension Door. They do not have bonus actions, but all of them have eyes on you. The Sculpion looming over the staircase behind you, the Skellyfish and the Sculpion clambering up the way. There's also been a bit of noise now, and you think that other things in the keep might be aware of your presence. Goldbrand, as we round to you, what do you choose to do?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
I mean, really, I don't feel like I have another choice. So Goldbrand, I said earlier, Goldbrand smiles because what he thinks is about to happen is he's about to fuck these guys up with a piece of metal. He's like, the wizards came close, yay! But I am gonna try to.
Oh no, a physical weapon! How did he know our weakness?
Yeah, we get up here, make sure. Now that they're all within 30 feet of each other, I would like to upcast a hold person. What level is it? So it is second. So 3, 4, we'll get 2 extras. Yeah, I hear you giggling. I have to try. What
No, for sure. Certainly. Those are all wisdom saves. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
DC 22, they are proficient in wisdom saving throws. One of them passes. I didn't determine which one, so I'm just going to say it's the one up here at the top. The other 2 are paralyzed. However, you are in. As you cast the spell, you feel the magic. The weave here feels very sensitive. And as you release this spell, it almost sparks. Roll a D100 for me.
Ooh. That's spicy.
Spicy, indeed. Zoom in a little bit now that we're... 85. Let me just reference my handy-dandy notebook here. Oh, okay, this is actually a beneficial one. You all watch that as Goldbrand casts this, and 2 of the 3 mages lock up. Goldbrand seems to multiply. You have Mirror Image cast on you. So I'm going to drop this in chat. I don't believe you have to concentrate on it. It's not concentration anyway, never mind. I'm going to drop this right here. You can reference that as you need, but that's going to give you some nice perks for that. Bonus action.
Dragon Constellation, so that I have that buff. Concentration buff.
You're concentrating on the whole person. Gotcha, okay. Put a concentration symbol on your character. Help me remember as we round to Arcanox.
Here.
That's Solid Snake?
Yeah.
I haven't seen like a new Solid Snake game, but I recognize it just from the box. Like, love that. Your package has arrived, motherfucker. What you got, Ark?
Come on.
If you could
Whatever.
try to hold person the last one, they can't cast spells, is the big thing with that. Like, we can incapacitate them, they can't use their spell work, and even if they pass it next turn, like we kind of get a jump on them, you could also just go over there and smite him to death.
That is a good point. You technically paralyzed the one that was flying. She was over the stone, so she just drops to the stone a few feet below her. But can't concentrate.
Yeah, my computer was running fine right up until combat.
Ain't that just the way?
You should watch that. It's spoopy season. It's the season to watch that.
I'm gonna roll I'm gonna roll 3d20s. Don't worry about it. They rolled low, which normally would be a good thing.
Always worried when Joey's rolling shit.
As you should be.
Ugh.
We'll warn you.
Hey.
One of these is Donkey Kong. What you got, homie?
Well, whichever one's doesn't have hold person on them, I'm gonna try to hit him. Wait, no, there we go. Just came back.
You gonna go over there and hit him? Am I understanding that correctly?
Oh, yeah.
Bloop. Oh, let's put you over here if we can. A little further away from this motherfucker. I guess you could be
Yeah,
here. This might be
Computer
safest.
sends my disapproval. Come on.
I think that one actually stayed close.
Wow.
Need some help rolling there, friend? I think you're a little locked up.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna swing at him. Try to true.
He do be a mage, and he do be squishy. So 3 swings of douse. I think all 3 of those are gonna hit. Let me confirm. I think that it would be foolish of him not to. He is going to cast Shield, which is going to raise his AC a bit. Oh, you know, I didn't verbalize he put on mage armor, so actually, even with the shield, all 3 of those hit. Get some damage on that. Flurry of blows, that's a total of 24, 32 points of damage. And he looks immediately bloodied. What do you choose to do with your bonus action, my guy?
Let's just give him a bonus action swing. While I'm waiting on my computer to get back up.
Fantastic. That do be another hit. And that do be 11 more points of damage. What did I say? 32, so that's 44. Yeah, he looking rough. Excellent. He is regretting not casting mage armor. He damned the gods for forgetting that he has it. I think one of them, technically he was the one that didn't cast anything. Even then, all but one of those would still hit. So yeah, no worries. We rotate to something else. Not mistaken. I'm having to jump back and forth between two character sheets now, or two encounters.
Talking about a light earlier. Oh, never mind. Not a permanent light. Circle of death. Never mind.
Yeah. Yuan, at the bottom of the stairway, you watch as a shadow enters, and a most horrific creature seems to take shape. You see something. Oh, here. You see the gaunt features, the bloody maw, and the terrifying long extended claws of a bone claw as it begins to make its way into the tower. It is at the base. It has used all of its speed to dash here, so it has no action or bonus action to utilize, but it is very well aware of your presence, and you guys are now pinned between a rock and a hard place. With that, we're on to the top of initiative, which, if I'm not mistaken, is our Skellyfish. It is going to... I think it's going to glide a little bit across here, and it's going to try to go for... I think it's to make two of these. Let's say Davos and Pandora. Oh, that's actually really good. A 26 for Davos and a 22 for Pandora. I think both of those hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Each of you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Bludgeoning doesn't go right there. I might change that later. But you are both also grappled as it has successfully hit you. So each of you feel these spines wrap around you, and you can see like the spinal cord within them kind of writhing inside of this field of bone. And you watch as the rest of its tentacles broaden up. You see a large spike within the skull dome that you gather is going to be coming for you soon. We go to Davos. What he do?
Joey, was the last round, was it a surprise round?
No, we sort of started mid-combat, or started midway through the round because you guys were making like checks to try to hide.
Okay, I was just like, that was a weird, wonky.
Yeah, it was one of the few instances where rolling high did not help you because the person who discovered you was in the middle of initiative.
Okay.
But
I have to admit,
I didn't skip last round because I was like, wait, what's happening?
No, I get you.
I have to admit, after this turn, I'm going to be running to use the restroom. Do we want to break now? Since it's the top of initiative?
It's at the top of initiative, yeah. We'll take 10. We'll be back at 10:44, where I will continue to murder my friends.
Yeah. Scene 10.
And we're back. We are picking up right where we left off, right in the heat of combat, I believe. Oh no! Oh no, that's right. Okay, I thought it took out the fucking things I just added. But no, we are at Davos, who is currently grappled by the skellyfish.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't think Davos does either.
Anyway,
What's he do?
Is he aware of the bone claw?
Good point.
He's in the stairwell.
Probably vaguely so. I think his attention is diverted elsewhere.
He can't hear my panic shuffling from down the stairs.
I mean, he might, but in the heat of combat with everything else moving, I don't think he would be particularly aware of it.
Panic whistling. So I think Davos is probably opening gambit here as I'm going to cast slow. Davos is going to cast slow. He can get all the mages and the two big things. 6 targets.
He's upcasting it?
No, 6 targets.
Yeah.
You alter
I think
time
slow
here.
organically is just 3.
Oh, wait. Wrong thing.
Up to 6 targets for a
Yes, sir.
level spell?
So he gets
pretty fun.
the 2 big guys and the wizard. And the wizards, all of them. No point not.
Okay. So let me roll for the necromancers. That's a wisdom save. Yep.
Yes.
They have proficiency in wisdom saving throws. 19, a 10, and a 16. I'll do them in the same order I did earlier. So, funnily enough, the one who is not hold person is not slowed. The other 2 are incapacitated and slowed. Seems a little redundant, but I guess if you can get 6 people, might as well.
Indeed.
Do they look like semi-transparent to you guys? Is that right?
What, these
Just
guys?
maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Do they look
Yeah.
semi-charmed? Charmed life? Let me put a torch right there. Does that help?
They look...
No, they look okay.
Yeah.
Now that I zoom in, I think they look
For some
fine.
reason, they look like they're see-through to me. But anyway.
You're on a different layer?
Oh, no, I'm not. But I think it's because I'm not looking through your lighting layer. That looks a little better. Oh, y'all can't even really see the bone claw, can you? Just the edge of them. And then the skellyfish and the scorpion. Skellyfish is only going to get a +0. Scorpion also gets a +0, so 2 flat 20s coming at you.
Yay.
Everything. And I will allow a roll a perception check, but he's going to have to roll pretty decent to get the 6th one as well.
Oh, I see. The bone claw.
Yeah.
Can Goldbrand wheel that? It's a reaction.
Wheel?
Instead of woe, I get to add a d6 to it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna saying. I thought you were talking about their saves, and I'm like, why would you do that? But
I have the other one.
Yeah, if you wanna, you get to use it certain times per long rest. Is that right?
It's a reaction.
But a certain number of times per long
Yes,
rest.
sir. It's like 5 or 6.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead. The 20 will get him there, so it doesn't matter what you actually roll. I will slow the bone claw.
Oh wow.
Well,
I guess to
bone
make
claw
a save, right?
is
Bare minimum. What was that?
He gets to make the save.
Who gets to make this?
The bone
The
claw.
bone claw?
bone claw.
Let me do the right thing here. So I tried to combine these over break, but it's still not quite working the way I want it to. Oh, also proficient in wisdom saves, but he rolled shitty, so yeah, he's slowed as well. Davos locks down a good chunk of the battlefield. Action, or excuse me, bonus action?
I think he's gonna Misty Step. It's not listed. Oh, here it is. All right, yeah, Misty Step.
He would be casting 2 leveled spells in a turn, and he cannot do it. Or bonus action, anyway. Any other bonus action?
Can he move and teleport to his rapier on a turn?
Is it a bonus action to do that?
Regardless, he's gonna move it over here and hit this wizard, the only one that's not CC'd.
Yeah, I don't think
he's
he can.
able.
It's a bonus action to command it to move, and it's a bonus action to teleport to it. So he couldn't do both this turn. However, he certainly could do the do. I think this is under mounts and summons. I'll drop it for you. You should be able to move it. Bard's Dance Rapier. Swing. Smack that fucker.
So I'm trying to make sure he can attack with it when he sends it over there, or no?
Yes. Yeah, I think as long as it's within the range, I think it is 15 feet or 20 feet or something. Might be more. Solid. 11 damage. 19 certainly hits, even with the shield that's still up on this fucker. He's looking rough. as we round to Yuan. Yuan, you see the Bone Devil creep up the stairs. Not Bone Devil, excuse me, the Bone Claw. And it just lets loose this wretched. That raises in pitch as it begins to crawl into the tunnel. What do you do?
How much do I have enough movement speed to get back here?
Oh, I'm sorry. 1 second. Brandon is on the cusp of the wild magic zone, but I think he's more out of it than he is in it. So I will allow him not to have to do the thingy. Do you have enough movement speed to get there? Let's see. Let's find out together, shall we? It seems like, yeah, but you would be leaving some ranges. You'd be leaving the Skellyfish's range, so it could potentially get you a bit.
Well, they can't take reactions, though. They slow, baby.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, fair point.
Preach.
Yeah, if you want to get over there, you certainly can.
Cool. I'll pop right over here, and I see that some things are slowed, some things are held personed, and I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind straight down this direction, past these two little necromancies.
Fantastic. Pop that. Is that a strength save?
It is a strength save. Technically, it's when they start their turn.
Incapacitated. I
But
think
they are also
they may fail
incapacitated.
these automatically. We'll have to check which ones it is.
Let's find out together.
Yeah.
Incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. It does not say anything about strength saving throws. Slow says something about dex, but not strength. So I think they're just making them flat.
Let me check paralyzed. Or are they paralyzed?
Hold person? I forget which one. I think it does paralyze. In which case they would if they were paralyzed.
I'm almost there.
Say that again, but slower.
Incapacitated. Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws.
It's weird that they say incapacitated in that rather than just saying paralyzed, because that's pretty much the same thing. They even have like the attacks against the creature have advantage, and attacks against the attack that lands is a critical hit. They have all that in there, right?
Yeah.
So why don't they just call it paralyzed and be done with it? Some spells are stupid. Yeah, okay, so they automatically fail. Those two are going to take a tumble. I'll even say the Sculpion may also get pinged by that. It's going to be able to make the save because it's not paralyzed as well. Let me find out what its strength is.
It is. Oh, but slow doesn't matter.
Yeah, slow only does the dex. It's not super strong, but it's not pushover either. Come on. I don't know if it's my internet or... Oh, it does fail. Yeah, how far is that pushed?
15 feet.
15 feet? That'll do it. To the necromancers and the Sculpion all go hurtling over the edge, and you hear a very loud, long descent as they hit every fucking rock on the way. I'm going to do some math real quick.
As that happens, I look over and I'm like, that's the sound I was trying to emulate earlier. I don't think I did a very good job.
I'd say the two paralyzed targets are going to take max damage from that because they cannot resist it in any way. So 7 times 6 would be 42. They both take a very healthy chunk, and for all intents and purposes, are out of the fight. They're not going to be able to pop up anytime soon, and they're still paralyzed. And if they do get paralyzed, they're still slowed. The Sculpion is only going to take the, 23? And is down, but not quite out. It only got pushed it did fall. I don't think it's going to have quite the experience these two fuckers have. Fantastic. Bonus action, my guy.
Bonus action. First off, I guess I'm curious, is there any chance this fire goes out? Does it even matter if it does?
It is technically a magical flame, which I think it does not specify that it will not put out. Choose disperse any gas vapor, extinguish candle torches, similar unprotected flames in the area, causing protected flames to remove the lines dance while they about with 50% sort of thing with them. Since it's an arcane thing, it doesn't specify. We'll do the 50% thing. If this is a 10 or lower, they extinguish. Ooh, I rolled the d10. I'm sorry. Hang on, let me back that up. There we go. Yeah, I will say that those extinguish. That will affect visibility for your allies. However, that does do you some favors. far as giving you your shadow bit.
Yeah, I actually didn't want it to go out. I'm kind of sad.
Well, then you shouldn't have brought it up because I would have forgot. No, you're fine. Bonus action.
I don't know. I don't think I have much I can actually do right now with this turn. Just for the sake of doing it, I'm gonna bonus action. I'm gonna telekinetic shove this mage just to be like, I'm pushing stuff around tonight, and I'm gonna shove it towards the extinguished fire.
Yeah. How far is that? Like how many feet?
It's just 5 feet. They have to make a strength save.
It's a necromancer. I would be astonished if it were somehow able to pass this. However, I will roll it nonetheless. The -1 to strength. He got a big 3. And you know the flames just went out. I guess there's not embers though. The stones would be hot. I'll roll a d6 and deal a little extra damage on that. Pandora, we round to you, my dog. What do you do?
Dog. Kind of that dog. I think what I do first is I'm going to use a bonus action to shift into my watery elemental form.
Oh, yes! You watch as Pandora's coat, now amethyst colored and emblazoned with the symbol of Skullport, seems to liquefy as she literally turns to water and escapes from the grasp of this sculpion. What do you choose to do?
Let's. I'm looking, the guy I was gonna hit's gone, so I guess gonna hit this fella that's hurting. Let's try to click him.
Get him.
He's hurting right here by Art.
Yeah, fuck him up.
We're gonna shoot him.
We want spellcaster's dead.
Careful.
That's a 23.
Beyond any hope of him being able to block it, he is downed. Fortunately for you, he lost all of his loot to that bitch that already flew down the mountainside. So, fantastic. Bonus action. Yeah, that's right. Any movement you want, and then we're going to round to the enemies. There's a bunch that get to go here right at once. The 3 necromancers technically get to go.
I don't really want to move because that provokes opportunity because it's close enough, right?
Yeah, I've already used your
correct. Yeah, its range is longer than 5 feet. So yeah.
Well, but again, it's slowed.
And can't take
reaction.
React. Yes, correct.
Oh, shit.
So you can move wherever you want. Go for it, girl.
Yeah, we're going to go over here then. Oh, there we go.
Come get beside me. Keep me safe.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck away from it. Just, brother.
What's your spell save DC, Davos?
Davos just thinks 19.
Okay. Well, you guys wouldn't really know, but okay. Fantastic. Let me do another for you. It's flat. You said 19? Hold on.
Yes, sir.
And then Davos, distracted as he may be, would see a rather intimidating figure begin to make its way up the staircase. You do not. It does not look exactly like the art is. That's just the token that I had. Oh, come on. I am going to. Oh no, I wanna. Oh, the view details. Where is it? Yeah. This is a very formidable foe, and Davos has heard about these. While there are paladins that devote themselves to light and goodness, there are those that devote themselves to the opposite. This is a Death Knight, a very formidable warrior who hopefully won't take a tumble down the mountainside. We'll see how that goes. He has enough movement speed to get here. I think he even can... Let me put him back where he was so I can get an exact measurement. He has a movement speed of 30. He was here. He's not going to be able to get just inside the door. You can see Davos, though, and that might be enough. He is going to... All of y'all are within 30 feet. You watch as he makes his way up the staircase. He takes his blade and he slams it into the side of the stone tower. I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Said con.
Con.
On!
Thank you. Like, I don't know if anybody's gonna get this, but his spell save DC is pretty high. You meet it. You just barely pass that. Davos fails. Goldbrand fails. Let's get a con save for Arcanox, and I'm gonna roll this.
24, baby.
Does anyone have resistance to necrotic or thunder damage?
No.
Fantastic.
Said thunder? Thunder.
All right, so I need Davos and Goldbrand to take 41 points of damage. The rest of you are going to take 20 points of damage as a destructive wave racks through this place. If you failed, you're also knocked prone. Literally, the tower destabilizes from this as it sends a shockwave throughout this area. And that's just his first fucking turn on the battlefield. I do need to keep up with his spell slots. I wasn't expecting this encounter, so give me 1 second.
Let's see, how much
we are going to
damage was
round.
that? 20 on a save.
If you passed, yes, 20. And if you failed, make sure you mark yourself as prone. Marked yourself as prone. Scorpion. Being technically, scorpions are arachnids. It couldn't climb a vertical wall, but a slant of this nature, I think it is going to have a chance to get back up. It's not in the threat immediately, but it is approaching the keep. Oh, slowed though, half movement speed?
Yes.
Correct. And also, because it's in the gust of wind, if that counts down there, it technically also has half movement speed for that as well going against it.
The gust of wind is on the level you're on, which is probably about some 40 feet above it, because there's like the ground level for that area, and then the tower, which is probably about 30 feet higher. So you're on the tower. It's actually below the ground level because it's climbing up the gorge. Still slowed, but not kajiggered. With that, Goldbrand, what you got, homie?
Sorry, I'm trying to process. I'm in Dragon Con, so I rolled con saves for Davos and Goldbrand a second ago.
Okay.
Davos had
Everything
18. You said they took 41 damage. Did I hear that right?
He failed. He took 41, so he would fail that concentration check.
Yeah.
He was concentrating on slow.
Yeah.
Most of the enemies who were affected by that are... Well, I guess not most, but a chunk of them were gone. So I will drop the slow. Did Goldbrand pass?
No, it looks like he only gets a 15 if he rolls low. It's like his floor.
And you took the full 41?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so yeah, both of you lose your concentration. You were concentrating on what again?
Whole person. So them dudes down there with all the broken bones are no longer paralyzed, except by broken bones, I guess.
As they lie there in agony, they suddenly get all the feeling in their body back and hate every fucking second of it.
Oh, it was so... those who passed took 22 damage? 21?
21,
yeah.
I think. Fantastic. I think I've unslowed everybody. I'm paralyzed. Okay.
I realized I had to roll con too. So
and actually, I'm glad you specified this. That would have happened before the scorpion's turn, so it would not be slowed. It's going to make its way a little further up. Not very much, because I'm making it sort of do half speed for the incline, but it's drawing near. What does Goldbrand do with his turn? You are prone, so if you get up, you have to take half movement speed.
I'm gonna... So it doesn't matter because they're all wisdom saves.
Oh, fuck me.
It's gonna be so strong. So I'm actually in a little bit of a panic button here. I'm gonna take Goldburn remembers something you one did earlier, and a couple of weeks ago, a week or two ago. Say what?
And blows a few more things down the mountain. Sorry.
And he reads a book he shouldn't have, and now where are we?
Goldbrand's can't read. That's not true. But...
Goldbrand's gonna summon a Jorn in the stairway, preferably between Davos and the Death Knight.
You have summon elemental?
I do. After watching you do it, I prepared it.
Interesting. Is there a material cost to that?
Let's find out. Does not appear so.
Okay, I think
Verbal somatic.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, Ajord.
Oh. Why did it roll a bunch of damage, I wonder? Interesting.
And where are you choosing to place this?
Oh, this may be the new one. Oh, let me switch
this is a dumb-looking token, but it's what I got, so I apologize.
Yeah, I want to put it in the stairway between Davos and the Death Knight, or is that what you call it, Death Knight? That ooh.
Wait, hold on. Can I drop this? Let me see if I can. I doubt I can.
But so if you could put it in chat, that would be helpful. I have the new version because I clicked the wrong one. I have to fix that.
Oh no, a true tragedy. These things actually look kind of neat, but that's a terrible representation. That's from an earlier edition, I think. I have seen them looking like haughty like that, but
the Jorn on my sheet looks sick.
Oh, that's actually a fair point. I might have a stat block or a token for it because it's on yours.
There you go. Gosh, sorry about that.
So
it looks like it
does. For it, but...
It does require incense. Oh, certain things. Interesting. Clay, soft clay for earth. No gold components.
But none of them have gold cost, so your spellcasting focus will substitute that, so you're good.
Yeah, so he'll pick a Jorn because I think that's what he can do.
As the Death Knight destabilizes this tower, some of the stones before him rumble and coil and twirl together to create this earthen figure with 3 arms and 3 eyes and a massive maw on top of its head. Fantastic. What do you choose to have it do?
Interesting. Gets to go. And instead of hiding itself, is it close enough to attack the dude?
Yeah.
The knight, yeah, it's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. 3 claw makes 3 claw attacks and 1 bite attack. Oh, these are all just to Joey apparently.
Yeah, monster stat blocks.
That's weird. One of them did crit, which is nice. 2 of those miss. It's gonna take 1 plus 10. Oh, actually, let me look at this thing real quick because this guy has some fun stuff. I don't know if he wants to waste his reaction on this, but let me see. He's going to parry one of these strikes. I guess the claw attack, because even with the +6, the bite would still hit. So as one of the claws comes sweeping towards it, it almost looks like it hits before he catches it with this sword and twists the beast back. But that does open him up for the bite that gets a good grip on his torso. That's going to be 21 points of damage. No longer has his reaction. All right. Bonus action from Goldbrand.
Fuck, I didn't think I'd make it this far. I'm not concentrating anymore. I don't know that I need to heal this yet. So this thing up here, within it is within, right? Goldbrand's gonna change to the archer and he's gonna throw the if you will allow. That's technically supposed to be the start of my turn.
I need you to roll a D100 because you cast a spell in the wild magic area.
Okay.
80. That is the same thing. You have another mirror image on you. They shouldn't stack.
There's 6 Goldbrands now. 7 Goldbrands now.
I think we're gonna say for mechanically it doesn't stack, but for shits and giggles there are 7 Goldbrands. Which
this is more like it.
If the necromancers were still alive, would put some good fear in them that there are now 7 of these big hulking dudes with axes. That's hysterical, and I love that. 31 definitely hits. Radiant damage. Let me see a thing. Nope. Alright, we'll take that 16 though. Nah.
Might as well. Could I have hit the scorpion? I didn't really think to ask.
You could. You're on the edge. If you wanted to, you could.
I would prefer, please. Like he's throwing down at it. Makes more sense to me strategically.
I picture the scene in Hercules where Zeus is throwing lightning bolts down the mountain. Not 37, excuse me.
Is it too late for you to not add that?
I just unadded it from one to re-add it to another. What would you like to do instead, you bastard?
Just not do it. Skip my bonus action.
Skip your bonus action?
So I don't have to change forms.
Okay. I mean, you're not concentrating on anything right now, correct?
Summon Elemental's concentration, isn't it? Conjure.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I will add back the hit points that I removed and added
I'm
back
so sorry. That
for
was
a
my
second
fault.
time.
I
but
understand.
It's okay. I will allow your ignorance. Ignorance isn't the right word. I will indulge in your regression. Arcanopus, as you see the battlefield kind of clear around you. You were surrounded by enemies a second ago, but kind of opened up some space up. What do you choose to do? I don't think you're aware of the Bone Claw and the Death Knight, but you do see the Skellyfish and the Sculpion trying to make its way back up.
See here. That's the case. Since I don't see the Death Knight, I'm gonna move toward the stairwell to try to get a better vantage on the bone jellyfish thing.
Oh yes, I thought you were about to say Bone Claw, but yeah, that works for the Skellyfish. You're technically above the Knight and the Jorn, so you don't have to worry about any of that.
Cool.
Are you concentrating, by the way? I see people with ninja masks.
I think that
I shouldn't have.
Pass that trace.
No, yeah.
If it was, I didn't add it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember what they were. Me and Art got it at the same. I think it was invisible, and I didn't take it off gold.
That would be gone by now anyway. So
yeah, Arc. Yeah, you
also
pass
without a trace is concentration, so that would drop. Yeah, nobody's invisible. Nobody has pass without trace right now.
What? Yeah,
I'll clean
ninja mask.
Yeah, but I'll clean this.
Why do I have Strong Boy?
It's Hero's Feast.
Gotcha.
Put all them on there earlier.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get to the top of that stairwell, I guess. To where I do see enemies approaching, and I'm gonna try to defend that, I suppose.
Okay, yeah, so you're going like around Davos and then popping up down here on the south side. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
You'd probably end up a little bit closer to here because of the Jorn is sort of in your way. Technically you can move through a friendly creature's space. I mean, yeah, I'd allow you to hit the Bone Knight. Maybe not the Bone Claw because it's kind of down the hallway a little bit more, but Bone Knight or Sculpion, you can hit either one. Excuse me, Bone Knight or Skellyfish.
Oh, if it's the Bone Knight. Yeah, let me go after the Bone Knight. I'm gonna get him.
Death Knight, technically. Sorry, I cannot talk today, apparently. Yeah. Bone Claw, Death Knight, Skellyfish, Sculpion, blah, 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 blah.
Alright, so 2 swings with Douse.
I have to know what Yuan's wrench is, but...
That's what I decided concentration is. I'm just concentrating on this work, you know what I'm saying? I gotta twerk the wrench.
I didn't even know that was an option, so that's really funny. Love that.
Come on now.
You still not wanting to work for you? That too's dumb.
He's dumb.
One of those
baby.
Crit.
Wait, no, here
16 does not hit. It's used its reaction, so it can't use its parry. Baby, the Platypus. Wait a minute. 1 second. He should have gone before you, shouldn't he? Oh no, he went right before Goldbrand. Goldbrand goes before you. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So we'll do damage on those two. Looks like it's going to be a total of 25 points of damage, which is a decent chunk. Bonus action, my guy.
Bonus action. Yeah, bonus action dredge.
Okay. Oh, there we go. It's working out. Cool. Yeah, 25 hits, roll damage.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
See, the thing is, Ben knows a lot of cool shit I want Ark to hit, but Ark doesn't know that.
Fantastic. Around to you, the Bone Claw comes up. And it actually skitters onto the ceiling and crawls above the Bone Knight. It's going to end up sort of above you, and maybe not above Davos because he's over the open part. But as it skitters around to the side, it is going to go with a.
It is able to move through the Jorn? I'm sorry, I missed that.
It's like crawling on the ceiling.
Okay. The Jorn doesn't fill that space.
I mean.
Okay, it is just medium. All right. I thought it was bigger.
I also thought it was bigger than that. As it goes around, let's see, it's got Ark and Davos to choose from. Is Davos still grappled?
I think so. I don't think he broke it. Can it? Well, would the grapple have been broken when it was slowed? I guess was what I'm trying to ask.
It wouldn't break it now.
Okay.
Would he not have used one of his bonus actions to teleport to the rapier in previous turns?
I think his last turn he moved.
Yeah, we haven't been able
to come back to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he just had one turn so far. With that, the bone claw is going to. I think it's going to go with one attack on each of you. We'll say this first one's to Ark. Oh, very low. Both of those very low. Yeah, that doesn't hit either one of you. Excellent. I can't do anything else with that, so we're going to go ahead and jump to the top of initiative and bring us to motherfucker. Which motherfucker, you ask? Looks like the Skellyfish. It has Davos grappled, as we've just established. It's going to raise Davos up, and it's going to it pulls back its tentacles, and you see this sharp point at the base of the skull. And as it makes contact, it's going to try to inject him with a neurotoxin. It doesn't get to add a whole lot to this. Davos got a pretty high AC. Roll them dice. Oh, 24?
Meets.
Does that hit a Davos? Meets. Oh, I need him to take 17 points of necrotic damage and then make a con save.
17 points. Con save.
Con save, I think he's going to pass. It's not super high.
12.
Oh, he does fail. He is stunned until the end of its next turn. End of the Skellyfish's next turn. So he is unable to act this next round. As we go to him, he is unable to do anything. If I'm not, I don't think stunned is incapacitated. So let me check that. It is incapacitated, so Davos can't concentrate. He wasn't concentrating, I guess, because his thing failed earlier, so never mind. But he automatically fails strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against him have advantage. Terrifying. As we go to Yuan, what you got besides your wrench?
Well, I gotta do some mechanical work. Give me a second. Man, I don't know. I can't see the guys down on the stairs, so both the night guy with the radiant hair and the scary guy with long claws are in the stairwell, right?
The scary guy with the long claws, he's technically crawled sort of to the top of the opening of the staircase. You could probably get a visual on him. But yeah, you don't have eyes on the Bone Knight. You're probably aware there's something coming through there, especially since something else has come up, but you don't have eyes on it.
Okay.
Even if you get over there, getting eyes on it might be difficult with a hallway full of allies and enemies.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just going to shoot at the most pressing threat, I guess. I'm going to try to probe it a little bit. I'm just going to launch a firebolt at the big Skellyfish.
Okay. Roll to hit. 32 will do it. Wait, that's damage. No, that's your hit.
No, that's to hit.
Jesus Christ. 29 points. Fantastic. Okay. And whoops. No, I'm sorry. That should be. There we go. Okay. Not bloodied, but it felt that hit. Bonus action.
It's my bonus action. I'm going to conjure some magic stones because I haven't done that in a long time.
Okay, cool. And refresh my memory of what you're concentrating on.
I'm concentrating on the gust of wind, which I can't really change.
If you want to drop a visual for that, I think you're right that you can change direction, but not the placement.
Yeah, it emanates from me.
Yeah. Do some scribbling to add a little thing from that. Unless you have anything else, we're gonna round to Pandora.
I can use my bonus action for magic stones. Can I launch it on my turn or no? I can't remember how.
I think as part of the spell, you can throw it on the first turn.
I think rules is written you can't, but I will allow it. It's just a rock.
Is that
Okay, I'm gonna scoot over.
2024 version?
God, I hope not. I don't know, man.
I
D&D
think your
Beyond,
character sheet
don't
should
mix our
still have
spells.
the legacy version unless you've added the new version.
Yeah, so I haven't changed this, and it should be legacy, and I intentionally choose legacy every time I do something. So whatever. I'll make a spell. I'm gonna say that these things are imbued because I can do this. I'm gonna say they're imbued with thunder damage.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. 32. Again,
I'm gonna throw this
okay.
at the little jellyfish too.
Yeah, 11 points. That's a pretty solid hit. You hear this thunderous crack as it cracks the skull of the jellyfish. It is, I believe, officially bloodied. Fantastic. Pandora, what you got, homie? Friendly reminder to make some wind for me, by the way. Break wind, you want?
Yes, I will break wind. I'm gonna turn my character token around and face the other way, and then I'll break wind.
Breaking wind. Toot toot.
You knocked Goldbrand off because wait a minute. This didn't occur to me earlier.
So I was strategically positioned earlier. Somebody has to start their turn in the space in order to make the save. So I moved over so Pandora didn't have to make it, assuming that Goldbrand's strong enough to pass.
Strength saving throw if you want me to.
Goldbrand has had a turn since then.
But he wouldn't have been in the range of it previously, because where I positioned myself was to the right of him. I moved, now he is in range of it, so when he starts his turn, he will have to make the save.
Isn't it a 10 foot wide?
It is
Isn't
10
it
feet
like
wide.
10...
So, just to clarify, my intent was these two squares where Pandora's at, and then the one to the left of it, were the 10 feet that I was occupying before. I've now moved over to keep Pandora from making the save, and I put Goldbrand in the line of fire. So good luck, Goldbrand. Sorry.
Well, it doesn't move with you, I believe. I think it just stays where it is, yeah?
No, it does. It emanates from me, so as long as, I can change the direction of my bonus action, but if I move over, it's still shooting 10 feet in front of me.
I gotta look at that, because I thought you, placed it, and that area just becomes like a wind tunnel.
I thought the same thing until I looked at the spell earlier.
I get that it emanates from you, it starts where you are, but I didn't think it traveled with you.
I feel obligated to point out that Goldbrand has a fly speed right now, so he theoretically wouldn't have fallen. He just would have had to fly back over top of it to throw the javelin last turn. And to summon the elemental.
Anyway, let me throw this in here for you just so you can see it, and then I will draw you some windy lines.
Gust of wind moves with the caster. Interesting. Okay, very cool.
So the intent was that it would feel like this 10-foot block here now because I moved over.
If you're pinging, I'm not seeing it.
I'm drawing lines on the map now.
Okay, yeah, I'd love that. Goldberg, when we start your turn, you are going to have to save to that. That's not a big deal. Pandora, what you got, homie?
All right. So any arrows I shoot through, theoretically.
I'm sorry, you kind of faded out for a second. What was that?
Oh, this big old gust of wind that's following you on. It's not going to affect any arrows I shoot through it, is it?
I think projectiles are affected. Let me see that.
It doesn't give a height. It just says 60 feet long and 10 feet wide. So I guess
I assume like a 10-foot cylinder.
Like a vortex, yeah.
It doesn't say anything about projectiles. However, technically it would make sense. I will say that you could probably.
But my arrows are fancy and etc.
Oh yeah, your arrows are normal. It's the bow that's fancy.
If you have to, you can move past me to get.
I was gonna say you could probably skirt around here to be able to do that. I think I'm gonna say
just hit the scorpion. He's just right there.
The scorpion is technically down, so you'd have to move a little closer to the edge, but that could be possible too.
Right. Okay. Shit. I don't want to move any closer to these ugly motherfuckers.
You could probably, in theory, it looks like there's a little ledge over here. You can even get over here and probably hit the scorpion.
Okay, yeah. Fair. I'm I just don't want to get any closer to that clusterfuck going on over there on the other side of the ring.
That's a good call. Roll to hit. I think you're going to get to cash in on the opportunity. I was going to give Devin before he rescinded stuff.
And then I would like to expend a charge for the violent attraction,
Fantastic.
which is extra 2d10 force damage. So you did that roll?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Pandora, you seeing this wind tunnel come up, you skirt along the side of the castle wall, pull back your arrow, imbibing it with a little bit of that extra punch. And as you hit the scorpion, it almost does enough damage just to kill it outright, but you knock it down the mountainside again, and it crumbles as it falls down. You have eliminated a foe. Bleh. Fantastic. Are you hiding again? Yep. Black Pandora, are you hiding again with your bonus action?
Can I hide? Is there anywhere for me to hide?
Yeah, I mean, really, there's only 2 enemies that are sort of in your area. I'd say there's like a little, it almost looks like there's a little cove in these rocks that you can maybe tuck yourself behind.
Yeah, let's go. Let's hide. Cat dimension.
That's
a 34.
If they're 70 feet, Pandora, you see from your particular vantage point.
Oh fuck! I don't want to see nothing.
As 2 of the necromancers begin to rise up, they have casted fly on themselves. They are still some 20 feet below the area they need to be. Even dashing, if they're at the bottom of 70 and they dash, they'd be 60 feet up. So they are still about 10 feet below the ground level, and then another 20 or so feet below you guys. It would take their next turn to be able to see something on top of the tower. From their point, they can't see anything of note. However, you look at something, now think about it. Well, no, because they... Yeah, actually, no, they would have to cast the fly spell with their action this turn. I think they might have been able to do that last turn, but I don't know if I specified that, so we are fine. The Death Knight, a little annoyed at the Jorn before it, but not particularly hindered. Oh, you know what he's gonna do? He takes his gauntlet and like grabs on to one of the eyeballs, and I need it to make a charisma saving throw.
18.
An 18, that fails by 1. Let me double check.
Lol, tempted to wheel.
19.
Nah, I'm gonna save it.
Okay, he banishes your Jorn. It goes back to the elemental plane of Earth, and since it's from a different plane, it will not return. He is then going to move his way up to square off with the Arcanauts. That is all he can do for this turn. The Sculpion is dead. The 3rd Necromancer is dead. We go to Goldbrand.
Figure out how to help my buddy Davos. Been trying to figure out how to help my buddy Davos. Don't have a whole lot of good stuff. I don't have to worry about concentrating anymore. Can Goldbrand see these necromancers floating back up here?
Your vantage point, yeah, but I also need to make a strength save.
Oh, can do that. Gross.
You do fly 15 feet outside of the wind tunnel. However, oh whoops, nope, I didn't want to grab the squigglies. I wanted to grab the squaggly.
Been there.
You are flying, so you're fine. For now. It's weird how it's worded. It says it moves 15 feet. Is that correct? Push 15
Yeah,
feet.
it just moves 15 feet away from me.
You're pushed just beyond it. What do you choose to do?
Oh, man. So, can I get close enough? Because I didn't use my movement. I have 20 Q. Yeah. I'm going to get up to within, I guess I got to be within 5 feet of this little dude here.
If you're asking for Q, you're in the wrong campaign, friend.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to find my button. Goldbrand's going to fly up to this one.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about concentrating anymore. He's going to rage. And
he will drop.
What do you mean?
So the tower is like 30 feet from the 30 feet up from the bones. The Skellyfish is floating on the edge just off the tower, holding Davos.
He can maintain his constellation while he rages.
Can he?
Yeah. That's how he's thrown. It's not a spell. It's like wild shape. It uses wild shape.
For some reason, I thought that in the past, you've had to drop one for the other, but
It's concentration spells.
Well, no, I get that, but I thought you couldn't do both at the same time. That's totally cool. If so, go ahead. Swing. You have new perks with your rages as a part of your new
That's true. Let's see that.
Axie powers.
I was reading that earlier. Sorry, I'm trying to make it do the thing.
That's okay.
Oh.
Is that one hit or is that both hit?
That's both hits. So 23 and 29.
Fantastic. 33 points of damage. Still a pretty solid chunk to this Sculpion.
Plus
In fact, I will
of
say
rage.
29 is very solid. I will allow you to... You could choose to not deal that 21 damage, to instead sever the tentacle that has Davos and ungrapple him.
So, may I as well use one of these charges to use a brutality? Does that cost action economy, these charges on our weapons?
If it doesn't say it costs up, as long as it doesn't
Okay.
say, as a bonus action or as an action or whatever, no, you totally can.
No, I think I'm going to go with I'm going to try to sever the thing instead of doing the damage. I think that's the safer
Okay.
way.
But I'm going to add the 21 back to it. Are you still adding a charge?
Yeah, to do the damage to it, yeah.
Okay, on the first one. Swing. 11 more points. Fantastic. Still got him pretty fucked up. Davos is no longer grappled. He is technically still stunned, but I will tell you, the way this thing works mechanically is it goes in stages. It grapples you, and then it stuns you, and then it incapacitates you, and then it eats your bones. That's not a euphemism either,
Gross.
kids. It permanently can lower your hit points by eating your bones.
Well, that escalates pretty fast.
Yeah, well, it takes, it has to do one at a time. It has to grapple you and then stun you, then incapacitate you, then eat your bones. It has to have you for 4 turns. So, not impossible, but fantastic. Anything else you got, Gully? Any more movement?
No, that took everything, and I'm not going to leave this range.
Then we round to Arcanox. What you got, homie?
Okay. I see that I'm just in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff.
You are.
So Death Knight, Jelly, those are all like physically around me.
Yeah, Death Knight's right in front of you. The Bone Claw is sort of on the ceiling behind you. You could probably get by the Bone Claw, but not without taking a smack from the Death Knight. The Jelly is you're sort of protected from it because you're kind of in the stairwell a little bit, so it can't quite directly get to you.
I'll try to get a position where like I'm not gonna hit Davos or Goldbrand with a breath weapon, honestly.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
You could try, if you were to try to brave it and back up, like, through this Bone Claw space, take the swing from the Death Knight. You could probably get both of them in. Or arguably the Bone Knight, the Bone Claw and the Skellyfish.
Well, whichever get me to the Knight, he's kind of the biggest threat right now.
He do hit pretty hard.
This ancient thing. But actually, that's not bad.
So to do that, because the way the staircase is, you're here, you would have... whoops. Fucker. You are below him. Why are you making me grab you? You'd have to, like, go up the stairs and then around. You technically can fly, but the Bone Claw's sort of in your way there. You're probably going to have to take an opportunity attack to get fully outlined.
That'll work. I'll take it.
Okay. He will... Yeah, and he just had his turn, so he has his reaction back. Bloop. That's a 30 to hit. I need you to take...
Ooh.
You're not resistant to necrotic, are you?
No.
You take a total of 27, sorry, math, 27 points of damage as his vicious blade lashes out at you. You, however, can move as you need to.
Right. Back to my actions page. Come on, man. Alright, I'm going with 2 swings at the Death Knight.
Okay, cool. Wait, are you not moving out of its range?
I didn't think I was, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Position myself.
Okay, no, in that case, you won't take that 27 points of damage. I thought you were trying to reposition yourself up top.
No. I'm just trying to get a little bit more behind him.
What do you mean more behind him? Like trying to pass him in the hallway? Or?
Yeah, and to turn. I guess he can't turn.
And what's what?
I think you're right. He wants to be like back here, which I
don't think you could quite do that. I guess he doesn't fully fill the area, and you can fly. You could get behind him, but you'd probably take the hit from the bone claw instead.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I see. So make sure you have that 27 back. God damn it! I hate. Why are y'all on top? And yet I'm still grabbing the tokens instead. So stupid. Insert Davos joke about tops and bottoms. In that case, the bone claw was a little less formidable. Oh. Okay, the bone claw has a special reaction, Deadly Reach. When it makes an opportunity attack against an enemy, if the attack hits, the bone claw can make a second claw attack. So it's going to make 2 of these. I don't know if this first will hit. A 23 does not hit an arc.
23 meets.
23 meets, so he gets to make both swings. Second one's a 20, so it doesn't hit that. I need to take 20 points of piercing damage.
A little bit better.
Oh no, dude. If the target is a creature, the bone claw can pull the target up to 10 feet toward it, and the target is grappled. You try to reposition over the Death Knight, and you feel as from behind, I think it hits you in the back underneath where your wings are. You feel a piercing pain as a finger bursts from your chest, curves, and pulls you back.
Ooh.
That's fucked up. Love that. But that's fucked up. You still have your actions. Yeah, exactly. Do it as you please.
Hit it back.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, swing.
It will let me swing.
True facts.
Just give me 2 swings on my dice if you don't mind.
I got you, Joey.
Wait, no, they're there. They're there. Is that them?
I'm not seeing them. I'll drop a couple. 29 and a 15. These were both against the Bone Claw or against the Death Knight?
Let's do them both against the Bone Claw.
Okay. The 29 does hit. So that's going to be an 11 points of damage. You still got 1 attack and a bonus action. What you thinking, Homer?
Gonna do some cool stuff. It's not cooperating. Alright, so I hit the Bone Claw. Go ahead and get the Death Knight, another douse, and then bonus action dredge on him.
Fantastic. That absolutely hits. I'll dredge as well. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Will...
Ark gets pissed off. He's been fucked around too much. He lays into these fuckers. Ark becomes a flurry of blades in this hallway. You guys see water and anchors and metal and blood just splattering across the area. Fantastic. That brings us to the Bone Claw. So he's going to get his reaction back. Let me find that real quick. And Ark's just smacked him, but Davos is right there looking pretty vulnerable. I think he's going to go for the advantage attack on Davos. Does a 24 hit a Davos? I think it does.
Or no, sorry. Wrong. Yeah, 24 meets.
Okay, and second swing misses. He is going to deal 20 points of damage to Davos, and Davos is grappled. So Davos,
you know what?
Take a break. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's re-roll that, if you don't mind.
Oh, yes. Okay. So
I
it's
can
gonna have
make a new roll against
to
my.
take a lower number.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, that's a 24. Wait. So it's weird because it was rolling with advantage. So it has a 24 and a 17, and it rolled a new 24. I think only the roll it takes with advantage would be the one that counts. So that does, I think, hit you with a 24. Is that correct?
24 doesn't, yeah. But I'm got a little bit more HP than Davos does.
That's a good call, yeah. You are going to take 17, and you're already grappled by it, so I guess that doesn't make any difference for you. So yeah, no, good call. You guys watch as the thing goes to like lunge at Davos, and Ark, I imagine, like takes the chain from Dredge and pulls it around the neck, and it flails back and strikes him instead. Very, very dapper move. We go to the top of initiative. The Skellyfish doesn't have anybody in its crypt yet, but Devin's being pretty annoying. I think it's going to go for a couple of tentacle attacks on him. Gets to add a 7 to each of these. A 24, I think, hits a Goldbrand. I need to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. Everybody grappled. I'm sorry?
Half drop for rage.
Halves because you're raging. Yes, sir. He'll drop that on you. We go to Davos. Actually, I'll drop it on you if you go Davos.
Okay, let's see here. So Davos is good now, right? Stunned is wore off.
He's no longer stunned, correct.
Okay. He's within range of this dude that's got Ben grappled.
Correct, yes.
He doesn't want to be on top of it. He didn't want to leave his range, but I'm kind of thematically, he's like getting up off the ground like, oh shit, because it was towering over.
Yeah. Well, it's like even on the ceiling, which I think is even worse. Like,
gross. Definitely gross. Man, we gotta either.
Someone would appreciate this nasty looking fucker too.
Yeah, he is nasty. If he tries to blind them, he's gonna get Ark. He needs to get out of Ark's way for him to do the thing. Davos will. I forgot I gotta click away from this to do this. So he takes half movement speed to get up, and then can he use the rest of it to maybe move here? Or here?
Yeah. I was about to say, that might be in the wind tunnel, so I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, that's doable.
Okay. I think he's gonna smack the thing.
Now, I will tell you, because of the way the levels are working, he could blind the Bone Claw and the Skellyfish. Like, he could get those two, as long as his range doesn't reach to Goldbrand. And even then, he could angle it over, because technically Ark and the Death Knight are below the top level. Yeah.
Are beneath?
So you could hit those two, if that helps.
I will go ahead. I think I will do that. It's a bonus action to do. He's not used his action yet. Sorry, give me just a second.
So,
I think, can he do that and cure wounds himself? Light Thinder's not a spell, right?
Correct, and it's a bonus action, so that would work. What's the save on Light Thunder? Wisdom?
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at it. Let me get to my cure wounds. He is going to cure wounds himself, and then
that
cast. Yeah, sorry.
And a bright light emits from him.
Features and traits. Sorry, what are we looking for?
Light Thunder.
Thank you.
I'll add that 23 to him for you.
This is a special thing, right? It's going to be...
Probably under feet. It should be under his bonus action tab.
Con save.
Con save, thank you.
Sorry.
The Bone Claw is proficient in those, but he only got a 10. The Skellyfish. I did this to myself. I can't even be mad. It rolled another natural 20. That Skellyfish has actually rolled really well this game. He is still going to take half the damage. Go ahead and roll the Light of Lathander, and I'll blind the Bone Claw.
I'm trying to make it roll.
23 is solid. He's going to take the full brunt of that. That's that number, and then he's going to take half of that, which is that number. Also, let me check something. Okay, no. Alright, we're good. Davos can move a little more if he chooses to, as long as he doesn't leave anything range. And Yuan, with this wind turtle bursting from you, what do you choose to do?
I can't delete the wind tunnel. Can I move it? Oh my god, I can move it. How do I rotate it though?
I got you. There's a little dot up at the top, like when you click on
I see.
it. Yeah.
All right. First things first. I'm the realist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move up to like right here-ish, and I'm gonna blast that wind tunnel straight down the stairs. Like whatever's down there, you stay there. And then I'm gonna shoot the skelly fish with a firebolt.
Yeah. That wind tunnel will affect Ark as well, but it should affect everybody. Not a terrible play.
I just trust Ark to be strong enough to either deal with it. It doesn't do any damage to him. So I'm like, worst case, you tumble down the stairs. Best case, you don't, and everybody else stays away from me.
There's even a case to be made that Ark wanted to get behind this fucker. So, like, you could choose to fail the save, like open your wings to fly back the 15 feet to reposition yourself. I mean,
that's what I'm talking about,
there's some cool potential there. Roll your damage for the thing. I think you'll kill it. It's pretty low. For the
I gotta hit it first.
21 hits.
Cool.
Not a very tough thing. Well, let me rephrase that. Not a very well-defended thing. 16 is enough. You watch as you strike the skellyfish. It's funny, as it's going to like reach its tentacles up, it's got one around Davos, or excuse me, one around Goldbrand. It's starting to reach for Davos, and because that you see that little soft area underneath the skull cap, and as you blast it, you watch as flames like it almost like does a little explosion. As flames burst from its eye sockets. And I didn't really explain this. This is not one skull. It is several skulls that have been plated together. So it is a nightmarish looking thing. And you watch as it goes down in flames. It lands in the bone field behind you. Goldbrand is technically grappled by it. You know what, Goldbrand? Make athletics check. Yeah, we'll call it an athletics check. If you fail this, you're going to go down with it. Oh! Hang on. I don't think it's a high check. Sillyfish. It is exactly a 14 DC. You just barely fucking make that. You feel the tug as it drags you down a bit, but you're able to burst from it as its grip weakens. You are no longer grappled.
I wink at Goldbrand.
Goldbrand does like this. Like where you put your axe over your hails you.
I know this is technically at the start of their turns, but all three of them are going to be affected by it. Let's go ahead and roll these 3 saves for the guys in the wind tunnel. That's a strength save, correct?
Yes.
Bone Claw, not proficient in strength, and Death Knight. Oh, surprisingly, not proficient in strength either. They both fail, so they're both going to get pushed back 15 feet. Arcanox, because of that, you can choose to pass, or you can choose to fail, or you could choose to try and make the check as well.
What check was it?
So a strength save, if you fail it, you get pushed 15 feet with them. If you resist it, then you stay where you are. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm
both
talking
of them
about.
are now in front of you, and now you have this wonderful little wind tunnel, and just fanning the flames, if you will. Pandora, as we round to you, what you got, homie?
Well, I think staying along the little crevices here to kind of keep hidden. I'm gonna try and shoot this ugly motherfucker.
They are technically both underground. They are in the stairway beneath the top of the tower. I would argue that you could probably get here, and he's probably like right at the entryway, the Death Knight. I would allow you to maybe hit him from there.
Would I still be hidden?
Forget about these mother truckers either.
Oh, true. They are coming up. I think I'll hit them instead because y'all seem to got that on lock over there.
I'm going to try and help with that next turn too. Maybe we can finish them off.
I love that those guys are so fucked up, and it's just because they fell. But because they were paralyzed, took the max damage.
Bro, I saw him paralyzed, and I was like, I'm going to use... There's literally a spell I've never used the entire time I played, and it's this one that I'm using right now.
Alright, so remind me which ones are here. That way I know which one I want to kill first.
Which ones? For all intents and purposes, they're pretty much the same. You know that technically the woman has the one on the right has the scrolls on her. But both of them have fly on them, both of them are rising up, both of them are equally damaged.
Okay, well, Scroll Bitch is getting it.
Get it. Oh,
So that was a
23
23.
certainly hits.
Sneak attack.
With the sneak attack, yeah, you take her down. You watch
her
as
off.
you hit her, and her eyes go wide as her spell fades, and she doesn't die before she hits the ground. She gets to feel it all over again, and then dies.
Love it. Love it for us.
Yeah. Oh god, gotta love it. Another hideaway. You're all good to go. We round to the necromancers. Funnily enough, this one's gonna come up. The last 30 feet, it needs to have eyes on you guys. Let me look at the tokens. I probably should have. One of these fuckers is the one oh they still have another spell slot though. Let me see. One of these was the fuckers. They only have one for that level. So I can't remember if it was this dude or the dude that's already dead that cast Circle of Death. Or no, it was the woman who cast Circle of Death. Yes, because she was the one who found you. So, okay, so he still has his Circle of Death. You watch as the tower is once again illuminated in this bright purple light, but also with this dark, necrotic, negative energy. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Consu.
Hate everything.
Davos and Goldbrand. Oh, no, Ark, you pass. Davos and Goldbrand both fail. This is another chunk of damage. This is necrotic. Everyone who failed is going to take 29 points of necrotic damage. Everyone who passed is going to take, 14 points of necrotic damage. As more negative energy surges across the battlefield. The Sculpion is dead. The other necromancers are dead. The Death Knight, we've technically just resolved its save. So to make its way back up the tunnel would be half movement. It only needs 15 feet to get to Ark, so that's going to be fine. He charges through the storm, and I think... Let me look at this one real quick. Second. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong stat block. Death Knight. There we go. He technically still has a 5th level slot. Yeah, because he banished and he destructive wave. I don't think there's a reason he wouldn't. And you might be far enough away. Pandora is safe, but I need everyone else to make another Constitution saving throw.
It's not a line of sight thing.
No, it's like he basically stabs his sword into the ground, and it's a 30-foot radius centered on him. But I appreciate you checking.
Let's see here. No.
Arc fails. You on which one of those is for this?
Do I?
The 13.
The 13, you fail. Arc fails. Davos fails.
I'm using Indomitable. I'm gonna roll again. Wow.
Ooh, you hate to see it. So I need Davos, you on.
I have to be able to see him.
wheel?
Never mind. I have to be able to see him.
So Davos, Davos, Arcanox, and Yuan are all going to take 36 points of damage. Goldbrand, you're only going to take half of that, halved again. So you're only going to take 9 points of damage.
I didn't have the last one.
Can I use my reaction to absorb elements?
Yes, necrotic or thunder, because it's technically the only 2 different types of damage.
Ooh. I'm gonna do necrotic.
Necrotic? Okay. You absorb half the necrotic, so instead of taking the 36, you would take 27 points. Fantastic. He stabs his sword into the tower again. And you know what? I'm going to roll a d20. If it's under a 5, things are going to get interesting. Okay, we're good. You guys feel the tower is growing very unstable. And Pandora, I think from your perspective on the outside of it, you realize that if this is rocked any more seriously, it might slide into the pit. He has shaken the very foundation of this place. And if he buries all of you with him in the process, he goes down a hero, at least in his eyes. An anti-hero, if you will. I think that wraps up those enemies as we go to Goldbrand.
Man.
Indeed.
Where I see it, I got two choices. I throw a javelin down there that well, you know what? Actually, if he floats back to here and lands, can he both see the Death Knight and this Necromancer down here? Like maybe if he lands on top of the
Yes.
Eternalation?
However, is the gust of wind when they enter it on their turn, or do they have to just start it?
It's when they start their turn in it. So technically, you can pass this round.
Well, what if he lands here?
That's fine.
Can he still see both of them?
Yeah, it might be a little tricky for the Death Knight, but I'd say, like, if you were to slide just a little over to help the angle, this is like a curved staircase.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'd say
that's
you're good.
enough. Goldburn wants to float back, land, change his constellation to the Archer, throw the freaking javelin at the
Necromancer.
at the Necromancer. Thank you. Okay.
And then along came Zeus.
Starry javelin. Wham.
That almost downs him. He is holding on by a thread.
So close, and yet so far. And then, from action, I'm going to use another spell. So this is... I'm not. I can't. I'm raging. Oh, man. They're both way back there.
Would you have gotten more damage on that if you were raging?
Nah, it's melee attacks. I don't think I don't think I get it for that. Goldbrand's gonna try to go in there and help Ark. I can move 40 feet total. How far in there can I get? I was technically here.
I mean, I'd say with the wind at your back, you could get it as far as you need to.
Okay. Goldbrand will get up, I guess to here, underground, right next to it.
Well, the staircase curves along this wall, so you'd have to be right there.
Ooh.
I'm the wind beneath your wings.
Okay. Where did Davos go? He disappeared. Anyway.
And that's also a good point. Ark seems like he's trying to line up his shot.
Well, yeah, I was.
I mean...
Did you cast a spell last turn?
Use Firebolt.
From where you're standing?
Yes.
Oh, but it's a cantrip, so no, you're good. Never mind.
Whatever that means.
I am raging, so if you hit me too, you hit me too. And I'm gonna try to get the Death Knight since it's looking.
Yeah, swing, motherfucker.
Get him.
Oh, nice. Those are pretty solid pair of hits.
Yeah. I was looking at 23 to see. Interesting. So extra, No, okay.
Is this both swings or is this just your advantage?
Why did I have advantage? That was just 2 swings.
I think you have advantage because of your new feat, yeah?
I didn't activate the bear constellation.
Or, I'm sorry. No, I'm thinking of reckless attack. Sorry. So
yeah,
you do not have to have advantage, but if you choose to. So both of those hit the knight. That's going to be 39 points of damage, which is a solid chunk.
Plus 4 for rage.
Give me 1 second. What did I say? 39. Fantastic. He is beyond Bloody's territory.
I would also like to please use another charge on my thing to make him immobile until the end of my next turn. Movement speed is 0.
Yeah. Does he have to make a save for that, or is that just auto if you hit?
When you hit an enemy. Sorry.
You're fine. Will you read the rest for me? Just movement speed 0, or?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, hold on. When you hit an enemy with this weapon, you may expend a charge to reduce their movement speed to 0 until the end of your next turn.
Solid. Okay.
I was trying to find something to make him quit doing his shit, but I don't see it.
That's pretty solid too, because if he gets pushed away, then he can't walk back. So that's pretty good. Fantastic. Arcanox, Goldbrand rushes in front of you, hacks and slashes a bit at this knight, and it is now your turn. What do you choose to do?
Gully's still in front of me?
Yep. But shrug.
Where did Davos go, by the way? I
He
missed that.
just disappeared, didn't he?
Oh, Davos died.
I think we both tried to move him, and I think it like glitches it out, and it flies off somewhere.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Hmm.
I don't remember what hit points he was at. Do you by chance, Devin?
Did it make new ones? He was at like
Well,
26 or 29.
Deleted him. We'll err on the side of caution and do a 29.
29? Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
he's
he's
pretty
bounced
low.
from like 40 to 80, almost 100, and then back down to 20.
What's his
My boy.
Davos always has a really rough time when Brandon isn't here, and I feel bad about it.
God.
What is his max? And then we're gonna add 14 to it.
His max is 125.
125, so it'll be 139. Fantastic. Okay, sorry. He wasn't grappled. He wasn't incapacitated. He was heroes feasted. I think that's it. All right, Archinox, what you got, homie?
All right. I'm gonna move next to Goldbrand, I guess.
You're a good comrade. Good battle, buddy.
Yeah, right. Kind of get in front of them and Davos a little bit. Okay.
This is technically in the
Each of them are gonna get a dose.
Yeah, Davos is on the roof, so you're good from them. The way this hallway works, you sort of have to be either right here or like I guess I should draw this to make that visual a little easier. Essentially, you got like, not white. I don't want white. Fuck the whites. I can say that. Oh, that's not even a good representation because it goes down to. It's kind of hard to show exactly where it would go, but the door is down here. So I think it's like he's over here, he's here. I guess you could probably get a little further over. It looks like it is 10 feet wide as opposed to 5 feet wide. But yeah, you could line them up.
Okay. All right. Well, 14 was going for the Death Claw. 25 was for the Death Knight.
25 does hit. 14 does not. Roll damage for that douse.
I'm gonna get that one.
13, fantastic.
That just because this shit's cool. I'm gonna use Draconic Ferocity for the last one and try to get them both.
Yeah.
Try to hit both of them.
Pop 2 of those breath weapon charges. They're going to make this save at disadvantage. And it's a dex save, is that right?
Yeah, it's a 19 dex.
Oh, the Death Knight makes 20. The Bone Claw. Oh, at 21. They rolled. Oh, but disadvantage. I'm sorry. Pardon me. Death Knight failed. Excuse me, Bone Claw failed. And Death Knight also failed. There we go. So 39 points of damage. You know what? You roll a d6. You know what? No, make it a d10.
Okay. What am I doing? There you go.
I'm in danger.
As you exude your flame in here, you begin with your breath weapon, you empower it with your ferocity, but the natural wind tunnel that this is making essentially makes this a flaming inferno, and you incinerate this Death Knight. He is slain. The Bone Claw takes a hefty chunk of damage. I think altogether that's 45.
That's some Dragon Stance fire right there.
That's called synergy, baby.
You.
He is 1 second. That's not right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, sorry. Oh no, that's right. But the Death Knight is down. You still have a bonus action as well. Also, I don't know if that. Yeah. I don't think that button takes off charges, so just make sure you bump off 2 breath weapon charges for that.
I got you. Bonus action dredge, because give that claw a little bit of extra love.
Fuck him. Oh, and he's blinded, so you have advantage. Not that you need it. The 19 actually hits. You're good. Fantastic.
13.
Actually, earlier you rolled a 14 to hit him. Roll another to hit for me.
Ooh.
that unfortunately does not make, but that's all right.
No.
Fantastic. I'll even say, well, it's not a spell though. Never mind. Okay. As we go to the Bone Claw, we are going to sort of cinch this up. He is going to try to make two. He doesn't even have to get closer because it's a 15-foot reach on these. He's going to make 2 claw attacks on you. A 24 hits. But he's blinded. So that's disadvantage for the first one. Here's disadvantage for the second. A 22 does not hit an arc. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. So he tries to go for you, but he does not make a purchase. We are at the end of this round of initiative. There are only 2 enemies left. I have no doubt that you guys would kick all of their asses before they're able to go. So we're just going to go ahead and close this combat. I know it is midnight, and I know that a couple of us may have to depart. If you're willing to stay for about 30 minutes longer, we can get something important taken care of. How do we feel about that, boys? I don't want to make you guys stay because I know y'all have commitments, but I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I probably gotta bounce.
And he's handling stream, so I'm probably gonna roll too.
I was gonna say me and Ben have been sick, so we're probably weaklings.
No, that's totally cool. We will go ahead and call it a night there. Thank you for joining us. Where we pick up next week, we'll be investigating the source of Goldbrand's unusual visions, as well as Davos. I think he's scried on this and seen something similar. And who knows what awaits our party in Hellgate Keep. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.